tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Tailgate Show. Good as gold edition, boys. How incredible is that?
It's gold, you say?
Dude,
You hate to see it.
Dude, Robbie's kicking over their player introductions, which I didn't see till after the game. That made it even more epic. Green Bay's getting introduced. Robbie's kicking field goals over their heads, basically. Right? I didn't even catch that part of it. And then
Welcome, big dog.
Deal. What's up, AA?
What's going on?
I don't go around the horn when I just intro it. It's just like, what's up,
Yeah,
guys?
I got no intro on this.
Yeah,
part.
If you don't know who we are by now, it is what it is, right?
People
Just
don't
saying.
know.
If you don't know me by now,
There it is.
you will never, ever, ever know me.
And we are
You
live.
won't.
So Robbie Gold comes in, does his thing after the game.
Ooh.
Basically, he's all pumped up. Goes and Jimmy Garoppolo is basically like, "You're a fucking legend, man. Fuck the Packers." I mean, it was just epic. The whole thing was epic. How are you guys feeling about it all?
Took it to the house.
It's poetic justice.
But he didn't. He sucked up the whole game. But like,
Made the throws when it mattered there on that last
Hey,
drive.
he's
though.
the 49ers are fucking like they win when he sucks. It's the
imagine,
formula.
if they had a quarterback.
Imagine.
Like a guy from a certain city in a certain northern
Why
town.
the fuck do I have your picture?
I don't know, man.
That's
Stunning.
fucking- It's because you started the broadcast, I think.
Oh my God,
That's beautiful.
double J.
Double pony, folks.
So how are
So-
you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling about that whole thing, man? Like, it was incredible.
It's poetic justice. Very happy. Yeah, part of me, like I didn't rub it in my brother's face.
Oh,
But
wow.
part of
Why not?
I mean, I did today, but in that moment, like when he called me after the game, like I could just hear, like he sounded like me after 2018.
Good.
Oh,
But to his credit, he did not really lay it on me until about a week after that game. So I
Okay.
was like, all right, so I'm gonna give him the same grace he gave me, but I could hear it in his voice, like,
Dude, I work with a Packers fan, right? And
Mm.
his thing today, I didn't even say shit to him because he just gets all into it all season, and he's like, "Well, it was fun for me and my family, and what else was it? Oh, for the next 5 to 10 years, we're gonna suck, and I just have to deal with it." It's just
5
like,
to 10. Did he not see the 80s Packers? Yeesh.
no, I'm just saying, like, it's like, I don't feel bad for you. You've had 30 years of Hall of Fame quarterback play.
hey, that's an advanced Packers fan, though. At least he's not in denial about what's on the forefront for them.
What is that? AA? Z plane? Like, what
What
are you
is
doing,
what
bro?
is this? You're looking like Lou Bega, Mambo number 5 over here.
Why you gotta fucking? You always gotta fucking go with the short jokes. You fuck you. Like, you can't fucking help it.
Bro, come on. I don't go
This
that
motherfucker.
hard on you.
This
I haven't done that in a
motherfucker.
while, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, every time you fucking call, make a short joke, I kind of feel a little like a fucking little.
How long have we been saying midget on here? You never.
I know, and pretty much every time I'm like, yeah, it's funny, but I'm also short, so fuck you.
How short are you?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, classified. Pony, how did you feel about
Your
the
girl
Packers?
ain't complained once.
Oh, not gonna lie, it was actually pretty quick, pretty smooth. Pony, Packers thoughts?
Yeah, and here's another thing. AA don't care about her feet.
Word.
We're going there already. All right.
Man, we got a
Bro,
timeshare there.
you took it to a whole nother level with Chloe. Though. Come on, man. Like that, I don't.
Dude, both of them were longer though. Even the third one, like that's
Chloe,
unheard of.
come on, bro.
I ain't never seen that
But
before.
what are you doing with the feet?
Dude, she could. I'm not doing anything. That's the thing. Is like I don't even want to look at it. Like don't wear sandals
Why are
around
you even
me.
looking at them?
Dude,
Settle
because
down, Rex
naturally, like
Ryan.
it happens, man. I'm the
I know,
antithesis of Rex Ryan. I hate them. They're disgusting.
I
don't want to. I don't
Yeah,
want
we're
to touch my
just-
sheets. I don't want to go to bed.
Like, I'm not
No.
gonna lie, we're off on a tangent already, but like I don't understand caring about feet either way.
I mean, if they're like
Do
You
you
can't
have,
be
do you
you can't
have
be-
them? Are they there? Are they not? Like, I mean, it's not like fucking hairy hobbit feet.
You can't,
but,
I was gonna say you can't go Middle
yeah,
Earth,
but
man.
you don't want like the length of the foot to like be the same length as like the height. You know what I mean? Like you don't want like.
Well, yeah, you don't want a circus freak, sure.
So what I'm hearing is
thanks for fucking clearing that up.
You said
so,
like
so you have
elbow feet or
hangups.
something.
You all have hangups, but mine are somehow invalid. Okay.
You've been
you don't really
towed,
wanna-
sir.
You don't
You
wanna
have
do
been
this.
towed.
You don't want to do this on a podcast. So
Yeah, like
Let's
Hey,
go back to our
ain't no
Packers
shame
talk.
in my game, okay?
let's go back to our Packers talk. Because
Jer?
anyway,
Chair thoughts?
I wasn't watching it, and then I was like, "Oh shit, this game got close." And then they blocked the field goal. I was like, "Oh shit, it's happening!" And I knew it was going to happen. It was like
I told you guys
fucking-
halfway through the game, like he took one hit where he landed on his hand.
Yeah,
the ball
it was
was
never the same.
The throw was never the same after that.
You
Hey,
hate
man,
to see it.
I
but you
watched.
love to see it.
I watched that whole Saints game. Saints I watched the Rams 49ers game that the Saints needed the
I was
fucking
gonna say you
Rams
must
to
have had
win.
quite the party. You were watching the Saints.
Double A foot fetish. I don't have a fucking foot fetish. BK. Look at BK in the chat.
It's my boy.
What up?
What's up, BK?
How do you get you having a foot fetish out of that?
Not painted. Because he just
BK
wants to,
knows.
BK,
Yeah.
it's the same thing as you saying that we all like burnt steak and biscuits doesn't.
BK's hitting the dabs right now, so that's why.
That's all
That's
right.
what's
Welcome
up.
to the shizzo.
That's what's up. Yeah, so fucking that 49er team was playing really fucking well. I mean,
Yep.
like a couple things I would take away from that game. Debo Samuel, man. Like Debo fucking Samuel is a beast. This motherfucker, like it's coming, and they run that screen, and they're so good at it, and he is just he just is a locomotive, man. That dude is sick. And that guy, like, was tough as fucking nails, bro. How many times did he, like, limp off the field and stand there in the 0 degrees, just like, and the next thing you know, he's back on the fucking field. Like, they got some tough motherfuckers on that team. Their whole team has a fucking just resilient, tough
They are on an attitude,
mentality.
dude. They are a tough attitude and built to win in any weather with good defense. Run the football and don't turn it over.
Like, and it was so easy for them to be set up like fucking, we got nothing to lose. And the same shit happened to the Titans. Both the teams that chilled were not battle ready. Like, both of the teams that just were chilling on the bye and acting like shit was sweet the first round.
Derrick Henry wasn't 100%, man. Like,
I
line
don't
was
care.
terrible.
Like, that defense played its
that's
ass
the heart and
off.
soul of that offense, though.
They fucking sacked Joe Burrow 9 times.
Yeah.
And that Ryan Tannehill can't do shit.
Tannehill's
basically.
overrated, bro.
Right. But how much money are they paying him? Oh my God. We think $10 million for Andy Dalton is crazy.
Yeah, right. But like at the same
I mean, I guess you get the number 1 seed. But anyway, back to the fucking
Well,
Packers.
no,
The
you
49ers
guys are talking 49ers and like,
The 49ers
running and defense. Here's something for you though. If we had a quarterback playing like Jimmy G, we'd be fucking fuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played like
I agree. But you know what? They're winning. And we know this team. We've lived this. Like, the 49ers team feels so familiar. You know what I
they're
mean?
gonna
Like,
lose
they
next
feel.
Exactly.
feel-
That's only going to get
maybe-
you so far,
maybe-
dude. That formula, that's
Well, okay, right. But it doesn't, but doesn't the 49ers feel like a Bears team? And so,
Yeah.
like, I started out kind of joking because obviously it's
Because
fuck
they
the
have Robbie
Packers.
Gold.
It's fuck the Packers for life. But, like, so every team, no matter who is playing them, we would be fully behind them because we obviously have wanted to see Rodgers lose and be shamed and then fucking, get to the point where they just, he won't come back. It like all played out, and it played out.
It felt like the Bears
greatest-
because it played out like the Bears would win against them.
Mm-hmm. It just felt like the Bears. I mean, and BK in the chat says familiar if we had good coaches, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm talking about like 2006 vibes. You know what I mean? Like,
If that 2006 team could score more than 13 points, though, they were the number 6
Sometimes.
offense. Dude, they were the number
Sometimes.
6 offense that year, man.
The only reason
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers has
but-
a ring. The only reason Aaron Rodgers has a ring is because Jay Cutler got hurt.
Yeah,
I agree, man.
agree
So
with that.
that's what's fucking great is that this guy has been exposed again and again and again, but he's fucking Teflon and he acted the fool and was a fucking weirdo.
He's
with the
immunized
Last
against it.
with the Last Dance shit, and he was a weirdo with the vax shit, and he's a weirdo just in general, and he's just on Pat McAfee just acting like a fucking lunatic. Like this dude is fucking. This dude's fucking talking crazy all year, crazy, and just coasting, like acting like I'm gonna win the MVP. Hub, you're a bum. Fuck y'all. I'm Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna win the Super Bowl. It's been ordained. I fucking had a vision out in the fucking woods doing mystery medicine.
We're all about speaking our mind, though. Like, it doesn't line up with what we believe. But I don't mind when these guys loosen up. It's you know what I mean? It's cool that he's at that place for himself.
But here's the thing: is that every time in sports, when you go out there and you start writing checks as a fucking,
I don't like
athlete,
his message at all.
I'm not talking about the political aspect of it. I'm just talking about anybody that goes out and starts talking in the media in sports. You're writing checks that you better cash on the field, and man, that fucking check bounced again. And this dude is not good in the playoffs. He's a fucking choker.
And the beauty of it is, he said the Niners would regret not drafting him, and they're 4-0 against him.
It's
in the
just
playoffs.
so fucking perfect. Like, and like I said, it's like I think I commented lots of times that like Bears fans are always like, 30 years of quarterbacks, only 2 Super Bowls, and then I say, well, we would fucking love that if we were the Bears. We'd be so hyped about it, So it's kind of fucking whatever. But then this shit happens, and it's like you just can't fucking resist. Like. It's so fucking perfect. And the way it went down, like just ugly special teams fumble. Like they looked like the team that was not ready to play in the cold. They looked like the team that didn't know what the fuck to do. Aaron Rodgers was like, it was like somebody stole his powers and he's doing his normal shit and he's looking at like, why didn't that work?
He got sacked a lot
because
of his own stupidity. He's holding onto the ball
And I think they got kind of a false sense of confidence when it looked like Bakhtiari was going to play, and then he didn't at the last minute. And I think that fucked with him. I mean, obviously the replacement, fucked with him, but I mean,
adjustments though. That first drive was so damn good. Then they said, "All right, we're going to take Devontae away from you. Let Alan Lazard beat us."
I think we've talked about this before, Brian, with Kyle Shanahan and the Packers coach LaFleur. Shanahan's the master. He knew I think a lot of what happened is because Shanahan knows. Shanahan knows that playbook. He knows every move he's going to make before he makes it.
But oftentimes Rodgers overcomes that. You know what I mean? Like that's what's so
not
tough
with Shanahan though.
I agree. The 49ers have their fucking number. The 49ers absolutely have their number. It's crazy.
It's smart. It's smart with Shanahan, though, because he scripts his first 24. So it allows him to be a head coach the first 24 plays, essentially, because they know what they're doing. So he can evaluate what the other team's doing. Like that's what you do as a head coach.
Well, that's what a good coach does is you use the scripted plays to inform your decisions from there on out. It's like so mind blowing to like think about that. It's like not only do you run the scripted plays, you pay attention to what the defense did, and that dictates your next moves. I mean, that's foreign if you're a Bears fan, but
what is that?
It also allows that offensive-minded head coach to focus on what the defense is doing against the other team's offense, because you already have a plan well in advance.
That's all of it. Like, do something besides have your face in a fucking Denny's menu. Like, you psychopathic Arena League fuck. Oh, sorry, I had to.
It's okay.
Mike Shanahan.
Exercise.
Mike Shanahan. raised Kyle right to be a coach. Like, it's crazy.
I mean, how could you not? You're literally, like he's literally staring at his dad, who was like Shanahan was an intense ass coach. Like, if that doesn't rub off on you.
But kudos to the whole team, the whole leadership to build that team the way they built it. And they've continued to build it, and they've stood by it. And they work together. And it's like, look, this is what needs to happen in Chicago. You have to work in lockstep, top to bottom, left to right.
They're paying a lot of money for Jimmy G to do what Jimmy G does, though.
Oh, for sure. He sucks. But the thing about him is that I feel like he still comes up in big spots, but he also fucks up in big spots.
Yeah.
But he keeps them in the game, generally speaking. Obviously, if he could have been a better quarterback, they would have won the Super Bowl already.
I mean, good for Jimmy G, and nobody even expected him to even reach this.
They didn't expect this. The 49ers didn't expect this at all. They expected Jimmy G to suck and Trey Lance to step up, and then they, right off into the sunset. Like, they didn't expect this. They're like, so it's just so fucking great. It was so great. It felt like a Bears win. Like, Twitter was insane. Twitter was just on fire. Like, sometimes
days.
I was pulling receipts left and right. It was like the troll
bro,
Super
we were
Bowl.
like going ham. Like,
even the Bukowski was just getting railed.
Bro, and you know what's crazy is that as much as like you would think, oh, if I'm fucking Bukowski, I'm just gonna lay low, right? No, this motherfucker goes on there and takes it, bro.
He did.
And that's what's so crazy is this, like, that's the level of like his performance that he has to live in.
Oh,
you know
that
what
was.
I mean? Like,
you ever see Game of Thrones? You got Biscuits. You watched it, right? The shame. He was dragged out in the streets and shamed.
Yo, but he went out there. Like, you don't have to go
I'll give him credit. He did take it.
You don't gotta go on and turn on that webcam, bro. You can just chill at your house and like suck your thumb.
He said too, but you got to remove him from the GOAT conversation, which I thought was surprising coming from him.
Packers fans had a crazy revelation just now in this.
Oh, you know how long they held off. They don't like how he's been this year. Like they were just
and that's that. Like we like to joke that like all the Packers fans are like crazy right wing anti vaxxers. They're not.
No, Green Bay's used to everything being quiet.
Yeah,
even with Favre,
right. Well, and Packers fans don't know what to do with quarterback drama. Favre gave them a little taste. They don't know what to do.
Great.
They freak the fuck out. So they're out on this guy.
They didn't learn about Favre till he got to the Jets and took that croc shot. Bro.
Packers fans are like, nope, I'm out. Jordan Love might suck, but I don't want to see this fucking dude again. They're over it because they defended this motherfucker.
You remember that though? Like Favre was a legend. Favre was a perfect image. Yeah. He got to New York and he's trying to bang out one of the reporters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Bro, I mean that's an advantage. Green Bay has
their fan base is used to everything being nice and legendary and quiet.
Yeah.
Don't take this the wrong way because NFL players by and large are actually good citizens. Like the percentage of them, there's so many of them that the percentage of them that do anything fucking wrong is so minuscule. So like, don't get me wrong, but Green Bay has a geographical advantage in the fact that like
nobody cares what happens
at training camp. Like all the time, there's nothing you can get into unless you're like Chamorro with babysitters in the hot tub.
They protect their own up there though.
Najee Davenport taking a shit in the closet.
They're out at the bar party, and you're not going to see it on social media. They
because the Packers fans would never, bro. You will never see a Packer fan take a video of a player doing something stupid. Largely because those players are not out. But if they do see them out, it's just like, no, what's up? Like you're royalty. We're not going to fuck with you because they don't want to bring shame on their little ass town. Go ahead, Jared.
The Bills were like that back when they were on their run of 4 Super Bowls in a row. Like they partied hard in Buffalo. Nobody said shit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why Patrick Kane thought he could go back there, and well, he did. Anyway,
what were you saying, Jay?
Oh, it's just good to see Quadzilla and the Quadfather sitting at home on the couch with their quad cousins. Fuck that guy. Fuck this team.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good to watch the Packers lose. It's like winning the Super Bowl.
So sweet. And they're fucking like
fuck just those people, by the way, on Bears Twitter that were like, "Come on, we've been bad for so long, we can't talk shit." It's like, fuck that. I'm gonna run my mouth for the whole fucking year.
You're like if you go on Twitter and complain about people talking shit,
You're
you
not.
should delete your entire
You're the problem.
account. Like you're the weirdo. like if you go on Twitter for like daily affirmations and like horrible food pictures
People
and the
do.
occasional porn, like you're a fucking weirdo, bro. Like you're a weirdo. Twitter is for that shit. Like I like these fucking weird like
Twitter's
circle
always been that
jerkers.
platform where you could just be your alternate you.
Yeah,
That you can't be in front of like on Facebook or like
right.
at work. You get fired.
Right.
You can
Twitter,
just talk your shit.
Twitter's fucking raw dog, bro. Like, I mean, and it's gotten soft as shit, but like, it's still you go hard in the paint, but like people cry about.
You see that shit George put out there
so
and like
negative.
added George U, added Aaron
George
Rodgers.
U, who's suspended, short-term rest in peace.
Yeah,
Again, because he fucking.
What I'm saying is that shit was.
Did you see what he tweeted? It was
I
like,
did
fuck
tweet.
you, cocksucker. Like,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is back in the day in Twitter that you wouldn't get blocked for that.
That flew.
yeah,
That's
right.
like a
Well,
normal
George is on
everyday
like his
occurrence.
third account right now, so.
He keeps it old school though. I got to give him that.
Right. The fucking master troll.
Well,
Shout
I
out
feel
George.
bad for you getting blocked because now you're going to miss out on all these nuggets of information.
Yeah, I got nuggets of information flowing.
Bro, everyone's got Jeff DBB's fucking nuggets so far down their throat right now. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is the fucking big deal? Like, what is he saying that's so revolutionary? And like, I just don't really. He had it. He said it first. Like literally, like I don't understand. He's like I'm pretty sure Hogue put out an article like a month ago that had all these names, and DBGB is just throwing them out. Like
DVD,
whatever. DVD.
Oh, pair!
Yeah,
Eskimo
Triple
Bros, bread and breakfast.
diners, drive-ins, and dives.
I can assure you one thing, knowing my list, I am Eskimo Brothers with 0.0 of you guys.
You
list
sure
is
about that?
Oh.
I have one I didn't find out about until I started working with him, so that was kind of wild.
Yeah, so fucking everybody's fucking sucking this guy off. Like it's just like relax, and then he goes.
Dude, okay,
like,
okay.
such a-
Then there's those of
such
us
a
that
clown.
understand who he is. Definitely
Right.
understand who he is, right? But like,
That's what like a lot of these 14-year-olds
The
that
years
just
of-
came on. Yeah.
yeah, but the years of pounding we've given this dude, and he's finally right. Like,
Pause.
yes,
Pause.
he's
super pause. What?
on Twitter, just going
Right.
at him constantly. We've done it for years. Yes,
Mhm.
a pounding actually, a Twitter pounding. That's what it's been, kind of. He hit on some shit. Good for him. He hit on shit that the Chicago media was talking in the opposite direction.
BK in the chat said, "Who the fuck is he?" We've talked about this motherfucker is a
Playwright.
theater writer, and he lives in Queens. And he's like, what's weird is that he's like a super geek because he knows he's a geek, but he's still so fucking pretentious, like about it, and he thinks that it's like cool. And what's fucked up is that all that type of whack ass shit that he wears is actually like in now. Like somehow fucking modern fashion has like gone full geek loser shit. Like you know, I see people like fucking shouting out, you know, like Woody Harrelson's fashions, like how he like it's a weird time,
You
bro.
know what's
So like
funny?
somehow his like super geekness has become en vogue, and he's got these fucking rabid fans, and then these noobs that just came on, like 14-year-olds. Who are, like,
Sometimes the
just-
things that annoy us the most are the things that like we don't like about ourselves.
Oh, going
Fuck you,
Wow.
Sigmund.
What I'm saying is, I find it
Listen
funny.
here,
I find
fucking
it
Sigmund Freud,
because
but
at your core, a piece of you is New York, right?
Oh,
yeah, but he's not New York.
He is in New York right now.
Yeah, he's
You
like.
know for a fact that city, if you live in it for like 5 years, it takes you over.
I'm not saying he's not from
Yeah.
there. I'm not claiming that. I'm just saying he's got a like kind of a geeky theater vibe. Like it is
New York's an everything vibe, yeah, but it's still a city vibe.
No, but he's a brawler. I mean, he goes hard in the paint, but he also blocks. He'll block you real quick.
I think he's a dick. I'm not gonna lie.
He's a straight dick.
But
and
it's
here's
just wild that this year, for some reason, he's popping off and hitting. I'm like, holy fuck.
It's what I fucking said. He finally got a real scoop, and he's got a real connection now, and he can't stand he's just fucking geeking out so much right now.
He went on Weeder hard. I'm like, dude, I like Dan, so I know, I respect Dan.
But that's what he's doing there is like straight bitch maneuvers. Like it's like that doesn't make him look good, but it's looks
stupid.
It's like let's fucking go at the media.
At all the sports writers, like Dan's one of my favorite writers, man.
Well, and Weeder shouldn't have engaged because it makes him look fucking, it makes him look like he gives a shit what Jeff thinks. Like,
yeah, but shouldn't. Just because somebody brings up the word blog, it doesn't mean they're talking about you either.
He said that he named him on 1000. I didn't hear him specifically say his name. That's what Jeff claimed, is that Dan clearly called him out by name on the radio. I don't know if that's true or not.
By Da Bears blog or fucking.
I'm assuming Da Bears blog.
We were talking way too much about him too. It's crazy.
Yeah,
he's loving this good pub.
Yeah,
it's free.
Yeah,
he's hedging bets. It's the only thing he's doing.
Sylvie always talks about him. BK said Sylvie did. Sylvie's always referenced him. Johns has always referenced him. But I don't think Sylvie called him out and said he's just a blogger, that, he's not a real reporter. They respect, whatever that means. Like, there are no more actual blogs anymore. There's fucking websites. And there's
Sylvie talks about Twitter all the time.
Sylvie's not going to take shots, though, at a guy. Like, Weeder definitely will.
Twitter literally produces their shows live.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many times where I tweet shit at the shows and then 5 minutes later they don't even reference it, but they start talking about it.
It's where we get a lot of our talking points too.
Exactly. And I'm not saying that's bad, but I'm just saying it's funny to see that, because I'm always on Twitter listening to
is stealing content from
that's stealing content.
No.
Are you sure? No. Okay.
No, who the hell copyrights their shit on Twitter?
Whoa.
Did he say he gets stuff right? Yeah, he always BK asked, did he say he gets stuff right? Yeah. Sylvie always backs DBB. It's fucking annoying. Anyway, let's stop talking about that bitch.
Can we get the unpleasant
Packers,
conversation
the Packers
out of the way?
fucking lost. It was glorious. I'm still giddy about it. Aaron Rodgers cried and was a mope and wore his moody black jacket and was like, I don't know, everything's gonna change. And motherfucker's not coming back. It's for real. It's cool. It's awesome. And that's
he's got 40 million reasons why he can't come back. They're over the cap.
They could get creative though and extend him and a couple other guys and kick those cap charge down the road a little bit more. I'm not willing to say it's
feels like it's over.
I hope so.
Feels like it's over.
God, I hope so.
And that's Packer talk. No, but in other Bears news, before we get into what's going on with these interviews, some of our guys, Desai interviewed with Seattle for defensive coordinator, and Tabor interviewed with Carolina, I believe, for their special teams position.
Yeah, and Johns is like, the Bears are losing a good coach. I'm like, who? Tabor? Fuck out of here.
Tabor did good with special teams, man.
Tabor did good.
How many times was I tweeting fire Tabor? Tabor was in charge during the Cody Parkey era.
Yeah, but things got
not
better.
his fault that Cody shanked that, though.
It's not his fault.
The
whole season, bro.
Well, Santos came in, and then we had Cordero go all pro, right? And then we had
I'm just saying, I'm not crying over Tabor.
What were they going to do with Parkey, though? Pace already handed him the contract. They couldn't cut him mid-season. That probably wasn't even a call that Tabor could have made.
You sign another kicker and you bench
special teams have been a bright spot on this team, though.
Anyway, I'm not going to miss
He's not
Tabor.
great. He's
not
not
going to
Dave's
miss
toe,
Tabor.
buddy.
Tell me that I'm not missing Tabor. I don't give a fuck about Tabor.
He's not Tober or Fossil, so
he's the one coach that you could justify keeping.
Justify?
Now,
Justified.
if we get Flores and McDaniels in here, they could bring Joe Judge in, who's a good special teams coach.
Fuck Joe
No, I'm
Judge.
just saying
Joe
that
Judge is
of the
gonna chill and
existing-
Joe Judge is gonna chill and get fat and spend the Giants' money. He ain't working this year.
He voids his contract if he works.
Well, he prorates it down.
Yeah, I think it's offsetting pay. So whatever a team pays
Yeah.
him, they take it
Yeah,
off the
so-
balance with the Giants. But he still gets his
Yeah.
full money.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. But if you could just chill, I would just fucking chill if I was him.
He's
got
not,
done with
he's
the
not
New
old
York
enough
media.
to just chill. He needs to keep the momentum going at this
Oh,
point. in
he'll
his
come
career.
back next year and everybody will forget. He'll just be ex-Patriots special team coach Joe Judge. They'll fucking like completely forget about the Giants like era.
Was that a Star Trek ringtone, by the way?
No, I don't know. It's a standard Apple ringtone.
So Breer came out today, said Caldwell, Frazier, and Uberfluss are the finalists without a GM in place. You guys, Biscuits, how you feeling about that?
The process is so fucked up. Why are we having a head coach finalist list when you don't even have a general manager? It's typical Bears. The process is always fucked up. Sorry, they said at the presser, George said that the GM is the head of football operations. So make that hire. It's already hard enough that non-football people are making one football hire. So hire the general manager, let him interview and decide who the fuck the coach is going to be. I don't want to hear.
I'm sorry, I accidentally said Frazier. I meant to say Quinn, just to clear that up. As far as the finalists, Frazier wasn't mentioned in that. It was Quinn.
Well, Biggs put out something today saying that they're going to hire the GM first anyway.
Right, but you can't then if that's the case, why are you doing all these interviews?
I didn't mean to cut you
What
off.
happens if that general manager? No, you're good, dude. What happens if that general manager that those aren't his top 3 candidates? Yeah, I guess you can add more, but I don't understand what the point of wasting that time is.
I mean, you have to be asking the general manager candidates what they think of the coaches
Correct.
that they're interested in.
You
You have to be, right?
Because they dove so deeply into this GM search. What are we at? 15
Yeah.
names now that you almost had to figure out what guys they liked so you could be prepped to at least get some of those guys in on a second interview because you're taking so long.
Right, and that's the thing is like
guys will be added depending on who's hired.
it's just unfortunately there's so much of this that smacks of a Corsi situation where you have a consultant and they're just putting people together, and ironically Pace was ready to hire Dan Quinn, and then Fox became available, and of course he was like, hold on there a minute, player, hold on, player.
BK knows
Boy,
what's
John
good.
Fox is coming in. Biscuit's smartest man alive. God damn.
So you're right. Fox is coming in.
Block.
And the names we've heard just I was going to do this separately, but it's kind of going with the flow of the conversation. We're looking at Wolf, Ozenfort, and Poles would be all first-time GMs again, right? And the guy that they're saying is in the lead is Poles, which is great, right? But Emery was from KC. Nagy was from KC. He seems like a very intelligent young dude. He's 36 years old, seems really sharp. He's been around different GMs. I do like that fact that he's been groomed by different people. It's not just one person in the same organization, right? But he's 36 years old, and so who's going to be there for him to like run shit off of? Nobody.
Right.
So like it's going to be interesting, man. Like I don't know what happened to the Rick Smith talk because now we learned the structure here. The GM's that dude, right?
Nobody's talking, but here's the thing: it's not just the Bears. Nobody's talking about Rick Smith. Rick Smith people are saying he dropped out, like that.
Totally.
They're just saying he's not in. He just kind of pulled his name from the hat.
Just our hat.
Who else have you heard about?
I haven't been following every team, dude.
Well, come on, we follow all the guys that tweet about all the teams. No, Rick Smith is not being talked about by anybody right now, and it's because he's dropped out for this season.
Maybe
he thought he was ready to be back, and he's not. That's what I've.
Or even like Omar Khan and an assistant GM
and Brown.
I would love to see a Khan Brown duo.
Yes,
because that would challenge the status quo at Hallis Hall, and I don't see that happening.
What you just said, I think, is important. How about just GM and assistant GM? For whatever reason, fucking Jordan Ted are hung up on these titles.
Yeah.
But George has basically told us it doesn't matter. The GM is the same fucking thing. Now, we've argued this, and everybody's talked about this ad nauseum, that there should be another layer. Got it.
The GM
But-
could make himself that
So
other
you
layer,
could do
though.
a GM and an
Correct.
assistant GM. I mean, why not? You know,
Yeah, the GM should be able to structure this however he wants to
Right.
structure it on
Right.
his end.
The thing I don't love about Ryan Poles, been there for 13 years, so that means he started when he was 23. He started working for the Chiefs when he was 23.
One team.
It's the only, basically, like one of the only jobs he's ever had. Like that, when you're hiring people, you don't want people to have had too many jobs, but it's also worrisome to have people who have only had one job. And even if you're getting brought in as the GM to install your culture, essentially, it isn't always that easy. Because-
Do we really want Kansas City's culture?
I mean, I don't know.
I wouldn't-
we want
I
the,
wouldn't
we want the
poo-poo it.
winning. We want the winning.
He's
Yeah,
got to
and
be pretty good at his job if 2 additional general managers have come in and decided to keep the guy.
I agree.
I'm
think
just
he's
playing
good.
devil's
Yeah.
advocate.
Yes, I think that you can easily play that devil's advocate, but I think here's the thing about Morocco Brown is the Bears have familiarity with him. He was here
He's
for
been
like
at different
6
teams.
years,
Wow.
and he's also been to different teams, and he's also risen through the ranks from team to team. Like, I respect the arc. I worry about guys that have just stayed in one place. Are you hungry? You know what I mean? Are you like, you have a killer mentality, or do are you a person that like you need some risk takers in that business?
In the last 5 minutes.
Three names I mentioned, though, with Morocco, the thing with him is Ballard's not going to let his dude go to a situation where he's not going to be able to thrive. I really believe that. And, like, if they're still toting out Ted when Chris had an issue with that, when they announced that they were changing it, he might be telling them, you don't want to work with Ted Phillips.
Yeah, but
Because
that's
his
the
name
thing, is
didn't
that
come up
it's
in the top
ultimately-
3 for a
yeah,
reason.
but it's not Ballard's decision. It's Morocco's, and Morocco already probably has a good
But he talks to him.
right. But Morocco already has an attachment to the organization. You would think you don't stay someplace for 6 years if you fucking hate it.
Chris
So-
did too. That's why he didn't come here, because he knew what it was
Right.
set up like.
Well, and it is fucked up because, like, the guys, notice how that never happens with the Bears. We look at these, like, you look at these coaching staffs, like the fucking coaching staff in Washington that had all the studs on it. And I was looking at fucking Dan Quinn's 2016 coaching staff. Was like insane. It was like LaFleur,
good.
Mike McDaniel, like fucking.
Yep.
It was like what the
Shanahan.
yeah. It was like
He was
what the
coming off
fuck?
the Legion of Boom hype, though, wasn't he?
So,
Yeah.
but this coaching staff was fucking
He
Shanahan,
was a hot commodity.
Mike
back then.
McDaniel, fucking
Who?
both the LaFleurs,
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
I get what you guys are saying. That he'd be fun as fuck, but like, God, that's a leap.
Oh
it's a
yeah,
fucking
it's a huge
huge
leap,
leap.
but I want to see him take it because God damn it, that'd be amazing. I will instantly be a fan of whatever team he goes
Yeah.
to.
He'd have to go to
A
like
little
somewhere
bit.
where it's legal, bro.
He only will.
Illinois.
ILL.
He said
That's
straight
good.
up he will not go to anywhere where weed is not legal. Like
Gotta
fucking
love
Mike
that.
McDaniel is a straight.
Why the hell's Miami interviewing him then?
They aren't yet, are they?
They'll be the last state in the union.
Bro,
to
and
go.
every drug is legal in Miami. Are you kidding? It's
No,
just not. It's
Florida's
just not officially.
Florida's run by the.
I know,
right,
but it's
bro.
not officially legal. You think there's not motherfuckers walking around smoking weed in Miami? Crazy.
Not with NFL jobs.
No, they're doing coke.
I was about to say they're doing cocaine.
Right, that's true. But
Cocaine.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think anybody's out there busting people for weed in Miami.
Oh, did Tom Brady lose? By the way, did anybody know?
Can we go ahead and get this out of the way? Go for it. All right,
Yeah,
full
we're
screen
going back to
share.
the- we're
full
going back
screen
to
Oh
the-
no. Yeah, there's GM talk. We've got nothing really.
Dude, that gif that meme or whatever you guys put in the chat about his little tiny little
That
bloody
what?
lip, and then what that
meme.
little
Meme?
Meme.
meme.
That was
Sorry,
that was a retreat mistake.
Yeah.
You fucking.
You're just waiting for shots, right? So, dude, that little tiny little bloody chapped lip he had, and then they showed John Cena covered in blood, what like Tom Brady fans see.
Yeah,
That's perfect analogy, man.
bro.
Like,
And now he's now he's talking about how his wife is worried about him, like, and she deserves to have him at home to be a father.
We
and this
deserve
and
him,
that.
Giselle.
Relax.
I just
Stan.
know his career wouldn't have lasted this long if he didn't play in an era where they protected the quarterback. Like I've said it before, imagine if Dan
Okay.
Marino played now where he was protected with his arm talent. It would be insane.
Yep.
Like
Lord Brady could not pull himself out of that mess, though.
I think it's great that dudes stay healthy this long, but at the same time, like there's a lot of young talent that could be blossoming if these guys would just leave. Like Brees.
Yo, I'm
held on too
so
long, too.
ready for no more Brady, no more Rodgers. We got
That's
rid
what
of
I'm saying,
Rivers.
man.
We got rid of Rivers. That fuck. We got rid of Big Ben. Boom, out of here. We're getting rid of fucking.
Yeah.
Yo, if Rodgers retires, I'm gonna be so fucking happy. I don't ever want to see that motherfucker play football again. And
Brady
Tom
either.
Brady, I'm good with it, bro. I've seen it. I'm done with your shit. Fuck your TV
Exactly.
show. I'm over you. You're over. You're the GOAT. Go the fuck away.
It's a podcast, actually,
The fuck
and
away.
and a special show.
Wow, amazing. They fucking recorded the TV show without sound. It's like the man in the arena.
He did not play his best game. Let's be real. He did not play his best game. But that defense really let them down. Why are you calling cover 0 in the last fucking play of the game?
That was a common. That was a common mistake. I mean,
they made a lot of big mistakes.
The Bucks
played
beat
prevent.
the Packers last year with that cover 0 call.
Or crazy idea, just play what you would normally play. Why does it have to be one or the other?
Right.
Like
Exactly.
fucking just play zone, play 2 deep zone. You don't have to fucking go full prevent.
It
You
wasn't
don't have
even
to
one of
rush
those.
3. Like motherfuckers are rushing 3 or rushing everybody. Like there's no in between.
It was
What the
weird though, because you never see like the Brady comebacks usually happen because the team all gets going hot and there's turnovers that they're causing. Like the Rams are doing a lot of this shit to themselves.
Listen,
Yeah.
fucking
There's
Aaron
St. Patrick.
Donald off the edge. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like that dude, you could literally put him anywhere, and they were so smart. They're like, oh, that's a tackle that's really never played.
And the great
Hello,
part about him,
Aaron
he was
Donald.
in the draft, he was too small.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Emery wanted him. Emery was prepared to take him.
And then he got scooped up before we got to our pick, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the way that always
If
works.
Ryan Pace was there, he would have traded up for him, no doubt.
Yep.
Oh, dude's an absolute beast, and he's still playing at the highest level.
But that's what I'm saying is that they fucking and here's the weird part, like that that Evans touchdown that Ramsey got beat on was the weirdest thing ever. It was like Ramsey just glitched. Like it was like he glitched in Madden, and it was like, wait, what the fuck? Because Evans didn't even really make that much of a move, but he somehow just beat him, and it was like Jalen was like, fuck, I'm just beat.
Aaron Donald doesn't get enough credit either because he got guards paid.
Yes.
He made the guard position important, man. Like important as
Yep.
fuck.
Yeah.
Like that dude revolutionized his side of the ball.
Yeah.
Like,
Fair.
But he's just a fucking like that's the thing. I mean, I'm
he's
not
like
gonna
a
give any.
linebacker and a
I,
defensive lineman's bot. It's just insane. Like
South Elgin 25 says I agree. Can't wait for all these old guys to leave and let the next generation. Yo, and the fucking next generation is stacked. And yes, Justin Fields is in that list. I know we're down on him and I know we're worried. But like he's on that second tier of young guns. He's not in the Burrow, Herbert, fucking, like Mahomes, Allen, like Lamar Jackson.
Mahomes,
like
we didn't even talk about that game. My God, bro.
the AFC is so loaded at quarterback. It's ridiculous.
Mahomes versus Allen was insane. Insane. It was like the changing
I
of the
hated
guard
it.
thing. I was happy as fuck.
It's gonna
I
be the
hated
new
watching
Brady
it
inning.
as a Bears fan.
Why?
Functional quarterback play and offense. I
Like,
can't deal with it.
It was just like
Too
like,
much.
Fuck up. You're telling me you don't enjoy that? You really
I
sit there
loved every second
Okay,
of it.
get
God
the fuck
damn.
out of
No
here.
matter
I'm
which,
I
no
love
matter
that you
which-
have to think about it.
no matter which.
because Bears fans go wild dark, bro. So
That shit was like watching NFL films highlights from the history of football.
Yeah, it was
Like there was such big balls shit going on both sides. Like these
Yeah.
were like two great quarterbacks just
No.
dueling, bro. Like
they
it was
thought
awesome.
that game was fucking over. That game was
Should've
fucking
been.
over. 13 seconds?
Yeah.
13 seconds. How many times have you ever seen anybody do anything with 13 seconds?
And
Why are you
13
playing the
seconds is like-
sidelines when you have 2 timeouts too?
13
Like, that made
seconds
no
and going
sense.
like 60 yards or 50 yards.
When I
It's
saw
like the
Leslie go
equivalent-
soft at the end, I'm like, no, crash his ass off the list.
Terrible.
That's like the NBA equivalent of like a half court shot with like 0.2 on the clock. You know what I mean? Like that's how
They did it faster than
unfucking likely it
Dak's
is.
run.
Yep.
Exactly. They did 11 seconds. They had 2 seconds to kick the field goal in 11 seconds, and they didn't do it with one huge play. They just were like, shoot, Miko Hardman, blip, 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 bam. And it was like, what the fuck? And Bucker just went out there and was like, boom. And
He
Josh
missed.
Allen was, oh my God, just shell-shocked.
Yeah.
To Jared's point, though,
Shell-shocked.
there was multiple times in the end of that fourth quarter where I was like, God damn, we are so fucking far away from having this in Chicago.
Yeah, I get that, but I was just enjoying it, bro. Like that, I didn't fucking go all mope status on that shit. Like it's like they have it, you know. It's fucking awesome. Like it's awesome to watch these guys fucking play.
Is he
The
frozen?
off-platform throws, like the fucking,
Did he?
you know, the yeah, did he
He's
bounce?
gone.
Did he fucking bail?
The confident quarterback play was too much for him.
No, but like the fucking like just the excitement in a football game when a quarterback hits a receiver perfectly in stride and they just fucking accelerate. Like it's just
I'm
such
saying I want that. That's
I know,
that's
but
the
I don't
overriding
feel
thought.
mopey about it. Like you don't have that. I love it. I love watching it. I forget about being a Bears fan.
Oh, I
And I
love
just love watching it.
It's easily the best football maybe that we've seen since
Like I
God, the
fucking hope,
80s.
I
One
hope
of the
that
best
the
games
Bears.
I've ever seen.
I really hope that the Bears have not scarred people so much that they can't enjoy football. You know, like I really hope that. I think there are some Bears fans that do. Like all they can do is think about the Bears when they're watching. And you know, we always, you know, there's always like these little through lines, and we fucking comment on it, and you know, we're not above it. But I was saying, like, some people I think go dark, you know, and really do like, you know, it's like everything just reminds them that the Bears are not this.
I want to
Yeah,
ask you a question.
Mhm.
Do you think Tyreek Hill should have been called for taunting when he's
Yes.
giving up the deuces as
By
he's going
rule,
into the end zone?
yes.
By rule.
They flagged the Dallas
Hey.
guy for it earlier this year for the exact
Okay.
same thing.
Hey, but I'm gonna give them credit. The refs actually, other than the Las Vegas game, have been the Bengals, Las Vegas, which I guess they said Vegas got jobbed. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I didn't really watch it that closely, but Raiders fans were pissed about the reffing. Other than that, the refereeing has been really solid in the playoffs.
Well, they've swallowed the whistle.
And
Yeah.
thank God. Like
Yeah.
somebody, I hope somebody said, don't you fucking dare let this taunting shit ruin
Well,
these
there was a
games."
taunting call in the Tampa Rams game
Yeah.
that resulted
Sue.
in a first down.
Yeah.
And Stafford actually kicked him or some shit.
Yeah.
Right. So but no, like you don't know, like please don't ruin big moments though. Like I hope that somebody at least told them you're damaging the product. Josh
He's
in the
right,
chat,
though.
watching Bears football is miserable. Yeah, it is. But you know what? There's little happy moments. You know what I mean? Like this fucking fan base can get hyped about Cordarrelle Patterson. Like you know what I mean? Like we still enjoy it. Like it's not pure misery. Like, obviously, we still enjoy it. We get enjoyment out of the little wins, you know. And, I mean, you know, the last 3 years of Nagy has been
We beat the
fun.
Lions. We're going streaking.
Absolutely. We enjoy the fuck. Yo, when
remember that Caldwell team put it on us for about 3 or 4 years.
when we're negative,
did.
we go
They did.
negative. But when we win, we enjoy the fuck out of those wins. I'll tell you what. Like, I enjoy the fuck out of them. I don't give a shit. I'm not one of these, like, you know, I dig it. Although towards the end of this year, I was like, "Fucking, I don't care." But for the most part, I enjoy the.
We
fuck
couldn't
out of
tell.
wins.
I agree with BK in the chat too on 2 points. It says eliminate the taunting call completely, which I agree
Well,
with.
yeah, it was
Especially
a
if you're
dumb,
not going to do it across the board.
It's a dumb fucking rule because like it's another fucking hypocritical thing like the league does. Like they basically like legislate out hard hits from the game, but then they fucking sell us hard hit highlight packages.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Good point.
it's fucking talking out of both sides of your fucking face.
Very good
The
point.
league loves the passion and the personality of the players, and they're literally selling that, and then they're telling them, but don't actually do it. Like, what the fuck? Like it's just fucking ridiculous. I mean, obviously we cried about that Cassius Marsh shit and whatever, but I'm just glad I'm gonna give them fucking credit, and nobody will ever will, and I don't think they've earned it, but like I'm gonna give them credit. I think the refs have done a good job in these games.
I'd have to agree.
I
I'd have
can't
to
think
agree.
of moments where I was like, wait, what the fuck are they doing? Like, I feel like they did a pretty good job.
I'd agree. So to tie 2 points together here, talking about the 49ers earlier, and then this Bills-Chiefs game, because you all mentioned that the 49ers build is maybe something similar that we could do here. Do you envision this team, or do you want this team to be built more like the 49ers, or what we saw in that Chiefs-Bills game?
Well, I love their attitude. I love their attitude on defense. I love their attitude on offense. They have a distinct identity. They want to punch you in the mouth, and they want to play good defense. In Chicago, with the weather being as it is, and it is shitty at times, and the wind is shitty at times, until we get our new stadium in Arlington.
Not happening, but next
Woo!
I think that's a blueprint, and with your current roster, that's a blueprint that you might be able to get to.
Buffalo
I
and
think it's
Kansas City are
attainable.
cold weather teams, though, too. And look at that.
Yes,
modern,
that's
high-flying
true.
Offense.
That's true, but their roster and our roster are nowhere near.
True. Yeah.
In the short term, I think it's an attainable goal is to look at the San Francisco model and say,
That's the
Hey,
point. Short
I
term.
we can do
That's
that.
the point, Jer.
That's the thing, is that the skill positions on the 49ers are better than the Bears. I mean, by far. Like you would take Ayuk and Debo
And
and
Kittle.
fucking Kittle over our guys in a heartbeat.
Williams and
If
Mack.
they had David Montgomery,
Alex Mack, dude. They got Alex Mack. That is such a fucking cheat-coded center. He is so good.
What's a center?
Yeah, exactly. And that's part of the problem with the Bears.
yeah, exactly.
You've got some pieces, but
No, we're rolling with Olin. God damn it.
oh,
We're
fuck.
rolling
what are we rolling?
I don't know.
That Mike McDaniel pack, dog. What you mean?
Mike Jones.
Woo!
I mean,
Yeah.
Mustafa's the weak link. You
Yeah.
can't. I mean, to his credit, he is way better than the way he started out his career. Undrafted free agent, looked like shit in the preseason. I was like, why in the fuck is this guy on the team? And
But back to the answer, like we're talking about, do you want the Bears to be modeled like the 49ers, be modeled like the Bills? We're not going to do the Chiefs, really. I mean, I don't see that as a thing. Like, I think I sat there and I swear to God, and this is not me being fucking Homer or like whatever, because I get as negative.
I know where this is going.
I watched what Josh Allen was doing, and I said, Justin Fields can do all this shit.
Josh Fields like that.
Justin Fields can do all this shit that Josh Allen is doing. All of it.
Josh has got a fucking cannon, though. An absolute fucking
Justin
missile.
Fields has a fucking badass arm. Like,
I do think Allen's arm is
release.
better, but Justin has.
It's his release. The difference is just the release. Justin's arm is insane, but his release is just a little long compared to Allen. That's all. And I think he can tighten it up. Allen's mechanics in his first year were bad.
Jordan Palmer, come on down.
He was a fucking, like just a chucker. Because, playing in those divisions where there's literally nobody on defense. I mean, how bad the defenses are against when you're fucking playing, the level of competition he was playing against.
What, at Wyoming? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he wasn't fucking playing against top competition. Like,
He is.
He had to adjust. And
I saw you good in the chat, but that was to AA. So sorry, guys. I had a little technical difficulty.
Technical but I mean, I'm just saying Justin could do, with the right coach and a real wide receiver one, he could really do what Josh Allen was doing. I believe he can. Like, maybe
you want
not
Dable
this year. I don't know if I want Dable.
Did you hear the question, Diddy, or were you still off?
No, I just got back on, man.
So we were talking about the 49ers and we were talking about that Chiefs-Bills game. So do you envision this team being built more like the 49ers, or more like AA ruled out the Chiefs or the Bills? Going forward, how would you envision this team being built? What would you like to see?
I just want to see a change of mindset. That's why I wanted a guy like Flores here, or a guy like McDaniels. Like, I'm kind of past trying to be something else, because
Ooh.
every team has their own identity. Like, we just need to find ours. Like, I don't care how it happens. Ultimately, like, if we're a run first team, fine. But like, I want to get back to where we have an identity. We haven't seen it in so long. Like, of course, I want Justin to blow up, but I think Justin's unique, man. Like, we got to stop boxing these guys.
But the point
I
is,
think Justin could put his own. If Justin develops the way we think he will, because we're still there, right? We still have hope for this kid. This team's gonna have a different vibe than any other team in the league. Every team has their own vibe. Like, I just want us to get our own vibe going with Justin excels, man. I don't need to look like anybody else.
But here's the thing, and I guess it's kind of the deal with these guys, because you see these young quarterbacks, they're throwing their body around. Like Josh Allen, when he's a runner, he looks like fucking Cam Newton, bro. He's a beast. He like knocked out that DB. Like, he's a monster, but it's fucking a little scary.
He's a big dude too. Like,
Justin's
not small, but it seems like he's already had a couple injuries here. Like,
BK says, why not be like the Chiefs? I just think that they have so much talent, like skill position.
They're the exception.
Talent.
So the comparison I was trying to make is: do you want to be a ground and pound where your identity is typical Chicago, play defense, run the ball like the 49ers, or do you want to enter into the modern era and see what you saw? Just imagine having a quarterback and an offense that can roll down the field in a fucking minute. And you have confidence that they can do that.
I want a well-balanced team like that, with a coach that can get the most out of the talent. That's why I kind of wanted somebody from the Patriots, because they're able to do that. Like, I want to be able to have a team where, like, if the guys we're going against are horrible at stopping the run, we can run on them all day. Like, just be able to attack weaknesses.
It's a mindset. You want a team and a coach with a mindset to win at all costs, no matter what.
And I would be completely fine if the identity of our offense is to attack the other team's weakness effectively. That's
right. Like, I'll fucking take whatever works. Like, to be honest, if it actually works. Like, I'm not too married to either kind of idea. I do think, obviously, at some point you need that quarterback who can make the big third down throws. I mean, this is what we're ultimately talking about. It's like, when it's 3rd and 9 and everybody knows you're throwing, do you have a receiver or a tight end that can get open, and do you have the quarterback that can deliver them the ball?
I'd rather have 3rd and 5, though. Like, an offense that works gets 3rd and 4.
I know that, but that doesn't. No matter what offense, you still have those moments in every game.
Yes, we have those every fucking set every time we get the ball.
I know. But it feels like one first down is like a fucking massive victory. Like,
but that's the problem, right? You had a rookie quarterback who had to play on that Josh Allen, what he did the other day level, in order for this offense to succeed. He's just not there yet.
Oh, and that's fine. I'm not saying that. The question is do you want him to be Josh Allen, or do you want him to be a conservative game manager who can do some things occasionally?
I want him to be a baller, bro.
Yes, me too. I want him to be Josh Allen, and I sat there watching that game going, he can do this shit. He can do
I know he can, but the talent around him is not the same.
Here's what happened with Josh Allen. He sucked. They freaked out. They were worried they didn't take the right guy. But they stuck with him, and he had good coaching, and they got him Stephon fucking Diggs.
Let's not act like before Diggs got there, Allen wasn't putting up numbers.
But they weren't great.
He played well when they had Brown and Beasley after that one-off season, and then they added Diggs a little bit later. But he was already sort of on his way. The Diggs thing
now that this kid Gabriel, I mean, you want to talk about a really insane 4th-round draft pick?
Yeah,
that's a 4th-round pick out of UCF.
Some of that is Allen, bro. Like, he is that good that he's making people better around him. And Justin can get there, and you need to bring in a top wide receiver to get.
I agree, but Gabriel is not like just some guy that Allen is creating. And like, Gabriel is fucking good.
Allen's elite, bro.
Yes, of course he is. But Gabriel is fucking badass, and that's an amazing 4th-round pick. Like, that's what a fucking 4th-round pick that hits looks like. But you're right. When you have a quarterback like that, it's more likely.
Mooney's a pretty solid pick too. It's not like he's a really good number 2, no question.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But here's what I want to know is like I feel like Mooney should be like a Beasley type more. He should be a slot.
Not up the middle. He'll get killed, man. You don't want him physically getting beat up.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about like little stop routes, little slants, like
I think Daz Newsome could be that guy in the slot.
Oh my God, I don't know if Daz Newsome's even a football player, man. Like,
come on, man.
Like we talk about these guys as if they've even played. What does Daz Newsome have 6 snaps, and you're like Daz Newsome can be somebody?
I think he means the type, like the archetype wide receiver.
I just don't. I can't.
He still has that potential, man. You're thinking this coaching staff actually let guys have the right chances?
I hope, man. I don't know who we're getting. We're getting fucking Eberflus. Ugh. Yo, and I put it out there that like Eberflus could call up Mike Groh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put together connections because my worry about Eberflus and Flores is who are their coordinators.
It's also Polian helping build the staff. He's going to be there to see that through probably.
That's not
of the 4. I put this out on Twitter. Of the 4, who do you think has the ability to build its staff?
Why? If you get a guy like Caldwell as OC
I agree. Dan Quinn has the most probably connections.
Because he had the same steam like he did coming out of the freaking the Seattle defense. Like that was steam. That was like that as hot as
he had a pretty good year with that Dallas defense this year.
Right.
There's definitely luster off of him.
Well, I think the question was out of the 4, who can assemble the best staff, not necessarily who will end up being the best head coach.
Whatever. Right.
I think you could make the argument that Dan Quinn is good at identifying coaching talent, as you did with the 2016.
But
he was coming off. He was coming off Legion of Boom, bro. Yeah. He was the hot.
He fell off hard after that, though.
Like top coordinators are gonna join a guy that's hot. Like he was the hot commodity.
He like went to Sarkisian, and then he had
Dirk Cotter.
He had Raheem Morris doing like 6 different jobs.
Yeah.
And then in 2019, he decided he was going to be the defensive coordinator and head coach. What the fuck? How did Dimitrov let that happen?
Some of the rumors we have heard is that he impressed them with who he could bring in. So who the hell knows?
Cool. But I'm saying this dude flamed hard. It was 28-3, and then it was a crash and burn for 3 seasons. Like,
never recovered.
Well and Cooter, baby. It's Caldwell Cooter time.
Like, I don't know why there's this myth about him. It's because he's got a beard and he looks really coachy. Like it's like I don't get it. Like I don't see what the fucking
Seattle is what it
nobody's talking about that though. Like I don't.
Yeah, he did do a hell of a job with that Dallas defense.
He's still eating off of that. Did he? I mean, when's the Dallas game? When is that?
Dude, I'm not talking about Twitter and what the overreaction to daily Twitter. I'm talking about in league circles. Yes, that probably still matters.
Oh, sources.
I'm just saying amongst GMs and owners and shit, that shit still holds weight. Like just because
I get you. I get what you're saying.
BK Eberflus next COVID variant and reported as
Eberflus might be that guy though that can
gotta cook it out.
Yo, I fucking caught that Eberflus, boys. I'm gonna be down for about a week.
He's been around a lot of good defensive minds in his career. He could. I mean, he could end up being.
I think Eberflus is the biggest unknown. I think
the mental gymnastics I'm gonna have to do to fucking.
I just want to. If Poles gets hired, Flores is going to be an option. I almost want to see that.
It doesn't feel like that though.
That's one of his guys.
I understand that, but that feels like a reach because Flores' name is not getting talked about as much by anybody.
I just saw a report saying the Giants want more of a hard-minded defensive coach. Like the new GM already wants to bring in Dable, and they're like, "Pump the brakes. We're going to be in on the interviews."
Yeah, that was reported by Brandon
Jacobs. And a buddy of mine. So I'm in a chat with a Giants fan, right? And he's like, "Dude," he goes, "Why can't they just let the football people make the football decisions?" I'm like, "Welcome to my world, bro."
No shit.
Yeah.
Because it's a fucking product. Like, do you understand that there's a certain, and of course I'm not asking you, do you honestly, but do Bears fans not understand that there's a central casting element to the Bears? That, that they live with this mentality of having to hold up this supposed culture of the Bears. And like, so they cast for it. and other teams do that shit too. They fucking have like an idea of what something's supposed to be, and they almost like cast it as if it's a movie role.
That's what scares me about the process. Are they collecting these 3 coaches and telling GM finalists, hey, you have to pick between one of these 3 guys that we like because they fit inside of our psycho fucking culture?
I think it's just these are some guys that we'd like you to at least take a look at, but they're going to be able to bring in who they want.
They got a head coach checklist. It's like a head coach bracket, maybe.
Here's the thing. So one thing that's interesting is that the Jaguars kept their GM, right? They kept Balky, and there has been speculation from them and from their fan base and their reporters is that actually a disadvantage because
how much security does he have?
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to feel like he's a lame duck GM and the pressure is on and can you work with him? And it looks like Leftwich is headed there, but there was some talk that Eberflus was not wanting sold on the Balky idea just because of and I don't know how much fucking truth there is to that, but it's interesting. I mean, we're talking about this as like, oh, it's so ass backwards. Even my 10-year-old son who's constantly
he has a reputation though. He's the one that Harbaugh couldn't get along with.
My son doesn't know a ton about the Bears. He just constantly hearing sports radio that's always on in our house, and even he was like, he goes, Daddy, why are the Bears shouldn't they hire a GM first?
Yep.
Like a 10-year-old gets this because I explained to him the other day what the roles are, and I'm a GM, so he understands that the GM's in charge. Like he gets that, and they are not sure about it.
There's one good example of it working in reverse lately. That's the Bills. They hired McDermott first, then they hired Bean.
It can be done.
And the Patriots.
I think
we can go a couple spots in the league. There is no GM in there.
Carroll and Schneider worked for a while. Yeah.
So let's say that they did nothing but interview GMs, right? Either way, during this process, because they don't have a GM, the coaching field is dwindling, right?
Yeah, I think the Harbaugh thing threw a wrench in everything too, because he's the kind of coach that could come in and pick who he wants.
Yeah, he's fucking gumming up the works.
And the clock's ticking, right, Brian? What we were talking about in the chat.
And now
Senior Bowl's February 5th, so they got to do something soon.
And now fucking Sean Payton might retire or whatever.
Oh, do you like that? Talking TV deals, right? Brought that up a couple of weeks ago. Like that he could use that as leverage, because he could say, I'm going to do TV if you don't send me here. It's either you get something for him or you lose him. Now he has control.
I think he might just fucking retire.
Maybe he will, but now he has leverage.
Please do.
He has leverage to get out of the situation by saying.
Well, so then Dennis Allen probably becomes the coach there. I mean, if that happens, like, to be honest. And the Bears interviewed Dennis Allen, which I thought was a little bit weird. Like, it's like, okay, what are they going to pair him with Ireland? You know, like
it feels like American Idol. My God,
it does. Like, the one that I will say, and I was looking up drafts a little bit. Morocco Brown, the Colts drafts.
Shouldn't they let us do these interviews and dial in for who we want?
The Colts drafts in 15, 16, and 17 are brutal. Brutal. Like,
wouldn't that be cool if it was like a voice type reality TV show though, where we could just like vote for who we want? They could get the fan vote, even though it doesn't matter.
That'd be insane.
That really would be insane.
Oh, we'd be so pissed at the questions.
Packers fans and Viking fans would just call in to troll it.
Yeah, It sounds like the Vikings. It sounds like we're getting first dibs, like guys that they want, like
which is wild.
Well, would you rather come in and try and build a roster around a quarterback on his rookie contract, or be saddled with Kirk Cousins' fucking massive deal?
But you also get Justin Jefferson. You also get.
We've got some young
Thielen, Cook. Oh, dude, their
Cook.
skill positions are
multiple people have tried with Cousins. He's still Cousins.
Dude, we'd kill for his production, though.
Yeah, but
it seemed like you might be able to unload him to Pittsburgh. You may be able to unload him to Pittsburgh if there's no other option.
Boy, I wouldn't want it.
Pittsburgh's cap is in rough shape too.
Pittsburgh cap's not great, and their offensive line's horse shit.
Yeah, it's really bad. Like they actually fucking retained Dwayne Haskins. Najee gets the ball every fucking time.
Dude, and he's making it work behind a shit fucking line. Imagine if he had actually had a line in front of him.
Oh, that's a good point. South 2025 says Brown didn't join the Colts until 2017. Is that true? I thought he was there before that. Maybe I'm wrong.
You know what I
could
respect
definitely
about
be
Brown
wrong.
too is like
Wrong off.
Jerry Angelo's a big advocate for this guy.
Imagine that. Jerry Angelo.
Well, they have a familiarity level with him. I
Why
think I
would they
mentioned
go to
that.
Jerry and have him do the search? Shit.
Maybe because he's been out of the
Because they just
league
don't
for
do
so
that.
long.
They have a weird thing about like looking back.
The guy runs a
And-
scouting academy. I'm just saying he has connections. Like
I didn't know that,
Sacrifice
actually.
Jared to the heathens. What is BK saying? Is BK
Fucking
is
hell,
calling
man.
for Jared to get sacrificed to the heathens? What the
yo,
fuck
All
does that mean?
sacrificial pony is what that means.
Yeah, what the fuck? What's going on, BK?
Just
Slow
because.
your roll.
No, whoa,
buddy.
whoa. Do you think
Maybe
I'm a
he read your
fan?
blog, Jer.
In my blog. That's right. We have a website and
Shout
Jared
out,
wrote shit
shout
on
out,
it.
Pony.
Can we
Shout
make a
out,
shirt?
Pony.
Can we make a shirt with an altar and a ginger unicorn on top, ready to be sacrificed?
Sure.
When I get around
Make
to
it
reading
like-
that, huh?
Can we get that graphic?
Yeah, if you're listening, go to the website, read Pony's article. I thought he did a
Yeah,
really good
read
job.
it.
Shout out, Jer.
Shout out, Jared.
We got a website,
Shout out.
thetailgateshow.com.
Got a website.
For real.
Only online.
On the
Methernet got it done.
Boom.
And it's free.
Free.
Free the seed.
Is that a Patreon joke?
Free.
I mean,
Yeah.
I still have. I'm hopeless romantic, I guess. I still have hopes that if like a guy like Poles or the two guys with New England connections come in here, maybe
Okay.
McDaniels will be added to a list.
Here's the
That'd be
fucking
cool.
thing, though. We like
Yeah.
audibly, perception wise. I
Flores.
can't go from Ryan Pace to Ryan Poles. I can't do it. Like it's just like the names is too similar. Like just optically,
I
vocally,
said
like
to the
I'm
chat.
not into it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
pause.
what is he even talking about? Terrible take. What? Like I don't even know what he's talking about.
Probably.
We do have terrible takes, though. Let's be
Oh,
honest.
that's fine. But here's what I'm saying: it's like I can't go from Ryan Pace to Ryan Poles, and I was saying that like
What about
fucking
Ryan and
Virginia-
Matt? It could be Ryan.
Virginia
and Matt
doesn't even know that they fired Ryan Pace. Like they didn't fucking tell her, and they're like
Mom?
worried.
Mom,
So
it's
they're
still-
basically
it's
what
still
they're
Ryan
gonna
and
do
Matt.
is they're
Mom.
gonna hire Ryan Poles and just pass it off like nothing ever happened because she's so
And-
fucking old. She
and
won't
Get
even
in
Matt.
a
know.
wig.
Isn't Eberfluss's first name Matt?
Yeah.
Yes, it's Ryan and Matt. Virginia,
She won't know.
we didn't fire Ryan and Matt. They're right here, and she's like, "Oh, hello, Ryan and Matt." Like, you know, sitting there in the luxury
Oh
box in
my
that god awful stadium,
God.
like blinded.
Did you do something different with your hair, Ryan?
Like the
Oh.
only stadium in the league that the owner's box gets blasted with sun because of the stupidity of the stadium. Like the fact that they made the luxury boxes face to the fucking west is like so ridiculous. It's like, oh, you didn't realize that the sun was gonna go down in the fucking
It's only been there since the dawn of humanity.
yeah. I mean, the sun's kind of there.
I could see where it was a problem.
How do you not realize?
It's
Oh
the quieter
my
side of
God.
it's the quieter side of the stadium, though. The other side's facing the not far from the road, right?
Who fucking cares? The road doesn't make that much noise.
I'm sure
yeah,
we'd have to. Maybe we'll have.
They
the
put
architect
all
on.
the luxury boxes on one side of the stadium. They decided to do that, and they made it face west, so that you're sitting there in those boxes, and the sun just
You want
blasts you
that
in the
nice
fucking
city
face.
view. That's what you get.
They didn't put the jumbotron high enough either. How many
And the
balls have
whole
been
stadium
shanked
is a
off of
crock
that?
of shit. The design is so horrible. It's
I
a
enjoyed
crock
touring
of
it.
shit. It's the worst stadium.
Hey, it's a doughboy.
Oh God, it's a dump.
So Morocco Brown, by the way, was brought to the Colts in 2016 under Ryan Grigson, the guy that ended Andrew Luck's career. When Ballard
Oh.
came in 2017, he kept him as the director of college scouting.
Nice. Listen,
There you
I
go.
think he's all
And
right.
Poles worked with Ballard too, right?
Yes, he did.
Poles has been in one spot. I mean, he's up and
Should
coming.
have just hired
He-
Ballard.
He has been in one
Yeah, no
spot
shit.
through multiple
Oh,
GMs. though.
shit. Just hired Ballard.
He has been in the same spot under multiple GMs, so he has got
Yeah, that's
he's
cool.
got different tutelage. That is cool. At least there's a different
I
experience.
don't know who are the other ones. Ballard and Veach
Pioli.
and who?
Pioli.
Or Pioli.
Not
Pioli.
Pioli.
Yep.
Oh, Ballard wasn't the GM. He was in Chicago.
Emery was there for a while with him too.
Yep.
Yeah, Emery, Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying
I don't
that's the
know.
only that's and
It's a-
there
So-
could it doesn't just because he's from KC, but we keep tapping off that KC thing and it hasn't worked for us.
Right.
So, like, the other thing is that we're all sitting here going, well, we just want them to do something different. And here they are doing something different, and everybody's
what, though?
freaking out.
Hey, so we had a KC coach here, right? And I was talking about this in the chat. We had a KC coach here, and then we fire the KC coach, and then bring in a KC GM that understands how to build a KC team. It's just Bears, man. Like
It is ironic.
Yes. And the whole fucking team that's helping us is is the same team that beat us in the Super Bowl. Like,
yeah,
Foley
he
and
wrote
Hungy,
basically
like-
wrote a book on how to build a team to beat the Bears. And we're
Yeah.
like, oh,
And they left the Bears out of it. Like, it's a profile of all the successful dynasties, and except for the teams they left out.
Oh, that's another book.
Because Polian said it's too big. The Bears are too big to just have just one little section on. I'm like, okay. And then the other one was the Patriots because they're still going because Belichick's still in the league. No, it's like, all right, I guess
He
like
also hates the Patriots.
yeah, but like I agree that's kind of a big story. But it's like,
Buffalo
really?
and Indy, they were always like,
No, I agree for sure.
yeah, he hates
And and he knows they fucking cheated and Deflategate. Weren't they involved in Deflategate like directly? The Colts.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the
that
ones that
game.
caught the interception and noticed that the ball
Yeah,
was
like they're the fucking Deflategate defendants.
fuckers.
Like
Fuck you,
Yeah.
Indianapolis.
Yo, how about our boy Tom Brady fucking giving the fuck me eyes to OBJ at the end of the game? Oh my God, Brady!
It's called
is
a
an
recruiting
animal.
pitch. It's a recruiting pitch.
Brady is an
Look
animal.
into these
He was-
eyes. You'll be with me next year.
Bro, he was like on some fucking like right in his grill, just like looking into his soul, like come
Yeah,
to
it was
me.
oh, Dell, I
Take
don't want to just switch
TB12.
jerseys. I don't want to just switch jerseys with you.
Bro, I'm surprised that OBJ didn't leave with him. He may have.
He probably
Like
did.
that was Brady was like,
Yo, shout out BK2 in the chat. What are the Bears doing different?
not much. You're fucking right. But the one thing they are doing different, I guess, is hiring a coach first. I don't know. It's the same
I guess
shit,
maybe
different
the
day.
candidate pool's a little bit larger.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
I want to talk to you, Lamar
Yeah.
Campbell, aka Soup.
Soup!
Soup! What are you doing, Soup? What are you doing, Soup? Are you helping Soup or are you just chilling, Soup?
He's doing his job.
What's Soup doing? Is Soup getting asked questions? And if so, what questions are they allowing Soup to ask? What is Soup doing? I want to know. Because
Soup what?
shit is off the rails, so I'm blaming you, Soup. You're the new guy that's supposed to
Whoa, don't blame Soup, man.
I'm
No.
blaming Soup.
He's our host. Soup's our
Hey,
host.
you've been in on interviews.
I know.
You have a panel of people that interview, and then you have that panel grades the interviews, and then you go through the process. That's what they're doing.
Blaming Soup. Didn't Ted Phillips design the current stadium, and now they're going to let him decide? Didn't Ted Phillips design the current stadium, and now they're going to let him decide our next one? Oh my God!
I don't want to go down this road again, but it's not happening.
Yeah, but
Arlington's dead.
if you're doing the interview process correctly, also everybody involved in the process asks questions. It's not just two people; it's the whole panel.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
With
I
the
hope he's
stadium
asking
thing,
the
they
question.
thought they were
We've heard
building
the
a
process
stadium.
has been shit though. Like that.
Yes.
That's from, like
And
guys
why
that I've
wouldn't-
interviewed are like
Yeah.
they're asking dumb questions.
Yeah. And these are guys that interview every year. Dodds was like, nah, fuck these guys.
I'm surprised he
took
even
me
took
off
the
your list.
interview based on what Ballard
think-
probably told him.
Because
But
they
listen,
came out
Dodds
and
has
said,
pulled out. We talked about this.
they
Dodds,
came out and
Dodds
said
pulls
we're
out.
given the change that Chris wanted.
Pause.
That's
Dodds
why he got
pullout
them
game
in
is
there.
insane.
But they provided the change that Chris wanted, and the reason Chris left was taking Ted out of the equation. They claimed they were doing that. Dodd's probably found out they're not, and he's like, "Fuck y'all."
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, and listen, they don't have a good reputation. You think we think the Arians press conference shit is bullshit, and the coaching community doesn't?
Oh,
Like,
dude.
do you think that
did you listen to
you
Hogan
think
Johns?
that George and Ted have a fucking high reputation amongst the coaching community?
Dude, Hogan Johns, they were saying that like Emery wasn't allowed to fire Lovey because Lovey was in on those GM interviews.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like it's
Bro,
just
like
one thing after
and-
another.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like fucking, the way that they go about shit is just so publicly embarrassing. Everybody knows it. Like, everybody knows how bad they are at their jobs. Like, it's not a secret to anyone. And so it's just fucking, it's the same shit. So it's like, no matter, even the Bill Polian Hall of Fame status can't take the stink off of them. Like, it just is what it is.
I tried finding out, like, as a consultant, who he's brought in for these teams. I couldn't find anything on it because I wanted to see his track record of doing this. I'm sure there's
all right. BK is coming through with big sources on what Soup is doing. This is breaking news.
Okay.
BK says Soup is looking at all options, both small and large, binary and non-binary, gender neutral, non-Facebook knowledge versus Facebook expert. So really what Soup is doing is casting a wide net. That's what we like to call in the business, casting a wide net. But
Who wants to moderate the chat next week?
He's being targeted, decisive, but yet broad and with great consideration to all sides of each
Biscuits
item.
is going to moderate the chat next week.
Basically, what that entails is not cutting off Diddy in the middle of his point.
Or anybody.
You can moderate these nuts, my friend.
Oh, you get to talk. Cool.
Yeah,
Jer? All right, Jer, hit us with your GM search thoughts. What is Soup doing, Jer?
Yeah, what is Soup
doing? Not anything.
You look like
good.
a guy that knows soup in Indiana. So tell me.
I know food.
He don't know soup, but he knows he got a friend named Stu.
Soup casserole.
Hey, when I heard Elliot Wolf today, I was like, I was about to tweet it out that I said Elliot Wolf.
Yeah, you did. You were on that pretty.
I don't give a shit though. Like, it's so cool.
No. Tell him. You told him. You told him.
God.
You'll thank me later.
Yeah.
Pony, come on. What GM search thoughts, man? Give us your thoughts.
I don't know, man. I want him to get it right. I've seen it go wrong. I don't want a guy that's not fucking got some pull with some people and what are you
I was trying to not interrupt, so I muted. But Biscuits think I was doing the mutant too.
He's trying to let people talk here.
Yeah. I was trying to do the mutant.
That was on me, Jer. I'm sorry.
You thought it was the mutant too.
No, I thought it was. All right, Jer, go ahead.
All right. Now that's the mutant too. It's a wide fucking net. But, you got to have a guy that's a strong leader and is willing to change the culture and make the culture regardless. You have to have a coach with him. You have to have a coach with him that's willing to do it. They all have to work in lockstep. The whole organization, but they have to actually get it right. And, good collaboration sometimes is knowing when to be quiet and knowing when to talk.
Yeah,
Jared just unloaded a full clip of like every cliche possible.
But he's not wrong though. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but it was
like
like
have synergy between those two positions.
Oh my god, you just said synergy!
Oh, I did it!
That was like a howitzer. Like
I agree with
you say lockstep. Fucking
unlike this podcast, letting people talk and shit. Jared, that sounded really good.
Oh my god. That was like the whole shit. You're like a PowerPoint presentation.
It was all right.
Synergy.
No, but like
lockstep.
I'd like to see a head coach come in here and be that
communication, culture.
There needs to be that though.
Friendship.
Okay. There needs to be an alpha. That's what I want to see established.
Alpha.
I wanted a guy like Yeah, I wanted a guy like Flores to come in here and be that dude. Like, here, this is what I want. You go get it.
Leader of men.
Okay, this is where we're at.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I get tired of the fucking. It's you want all that shit. All that shit's real. Like, there's a reason it's a cliche because it's real. Every cliche is like rooted in reality. But like, just shut up, Chair. PK going hard in the paint. Why?
That's all right. I got the block button, bitch.
Oh, don't block BK. We
Hey,
haven't
that's
had
my
any-
that's my boy. Don't block me.
Hey,
No,
you
we
shut
have
the
like
fuck up then.
Oh man,
That's my
Anywho.
boy.
He poked the
Okay.
pony and got a reaction. You made the pony.
Jer
react.
hasn't talked for an hour, and he just went hard in the paint.
he did. He brought it. He came with the fucking like.
I know what Jared's trying to say, though. You
Corporate
want this shit to
conventions.
work.
Dude,
Yeah.
you got to have a direction, man.
Yeah.
The one thing I like about San Francisco is they have a direction. Same with the Rams. You know, they know it's 1 year now.
The
And
thing that's
God bless them. They're dedicated to it, and they fucking went for it.
the thing that's amazing is that George McCaskey has such a small library of past success that he literally brings up shit with George Hallis involved. Like,
Yeah.
Like, that's his frame of reference. Like, that's the last time he remembers the Bears doing something good was when his grandfather did something good. You know, like, just like he either somebody.
He compared it age-wise that Hallis brought Ditka in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
He's
just
older
think
than
it's
what Polian is.
right. It just is so it's just an obtuse fucking, kind of comparison. Like, it's just like, what do you like? But the fact that that's his frame of reference is just mind-boggling.
Ditka, I mean, my God, like, talk about striking gold. Nobody.
But he didn't exactly come in as Mr. Oh, I'm a glad hander. I'm gonna fucking.
No.
He came in and said,
And
we're gonna go to the Super Bowl in 3 years, and half of you won't be here to be a part of it.
And a lot, and I think there's a lot of what's going on that they do want
He
to go
also
back
had
to.
Buddy Ryan.
Yes, they do
And
want
a
to
lot
go
of
back to
fucking
that.
talent too.
BK says, "I love you, Jer."
I love you too, bud.
That's right. B to the
Ponies
Q.
all love.
Collaboration.
Until you fuck up.
The collaboration station. Yeah, until you fuck up, and then fucking Pony will run you out.
So what do you guys like? The names that have been mentioned. Who do you want?
None of them.
For GM or head coach or both.
Pick your
Let's say-
pick your pair.
Yeah, pick your pair.
I was just a pony pick 'em.
Kinda.
I'll go first. I want Wolf because fuck the Packers. I think that would be the ultimate slap in their face because that's the guy they wanted.
But they didn't. They chose Gutekunst over him.
No, the fans didn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
dude,
didn't.
my brother had pounded the table for years when they were ready for Ted Thompson to leave that Elliott Wolf
that's-
was going to be the guy.
Ron's son,
Wow,
of
all right.
course, Hall of Famer. So
Just see some Elliott Wolf action.
just because I'm petty, you get Elliott Wolf here, and then now Flores and McDaniels are a real option.
I do like that. Not gonna lie.
I could
I
be
just
sold
think,
on that.
Like he was just a front office consultant for the Patriots, though. Is that even a real?
That's
job?
because there is
That's
no
just-
GM. There's no
That's
GM
just the
title
last
there.
2 years, though. I mean, he's held what 6 different roles across 5 different organizations. That's
No, he hasn't.
yes,
least
dude.
3.
Yes, he has. What are you talking about?
He's been with the Packers most of his fucking career,
Yeah, he went to Cleveland,
and that's it.
did-
And
so-
then New England.
So did he break it down? He's been with the Packers, Browns, and New England. Okay, I stand
That's
corrected.
it. So
3
Packers
organizations.
for like
But-
15 years. He
but-
like started out fucking selling popcorn as a child in the Packers, and then he went to the Browns for a year.
No, he
And
had
then
He's
he
had
went to the-
8 different roles though across 3
Yeah.
teams.
Awesome. He's still legacy, and so there's an element to that. He's still a legacy guy.
So
Like-
is Shanahan, the guy that we
Yeah.
want our team to be like.
Boom.
But Shanahan had to leave the nest.
That's where I could get to Ozen for it at.
Shanahan wasn't in the.
What do you
the-
consider leaving Ron Wolf?
Ron Wolf was literally his boss and his dad.
He left the nest.
Okay, but I'm just saying he like I'm talking about did did Elliott leave the nest, or did he just chill?
He went to Cleveland and then New England. Yeah,
but that's at the end of his 10-year career.
he started at 22. The guy, he's still young, man.
Yeah, he's young as shit.
I agree. I'm just saying, it just is interesting. Like I hope that if there is room for what you talked about earlier, Diddy, where Omar Khan could be a GM and Morocco or one of these guys could be assistant GM. Yeah. I don't think Elliott Wolf would go for that.
No, but Elliott Wolf could bring in an assistant GM. He could structure his department the way he sees fit.
I think that's a structure I think the Bears could win with. As far as PR wise, you could win that. You can get a PRW.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Like if we really said, for real, Ted's stepping back. And
Mark Khan will run football operations, and this is the
GM. That would be such a
they
win.
Can bounce off of each other too. You got two.
It would just be a win. Leave George alone. Leave George alone. George just told us when Nagy literally asked him, "Who do you think he should start?" I feel uncomfortable that you're asking me that. Why are you even in the same room as me? He shook up about that. He don't want to fucking be involved in that shit. He just wants to watch his team and drink expensive wine.
All right, so I got Wolf. Who do you guys have?
Tony,
I think you're gonna pick a coach.
GM.
Oh, you already.
I can go Ozenfort. I think you could bring that Tennessee attitude up here.
17 years with New England too, or 16.
Yep. I could. There's some track record there. Hashtag full Monty.
Biscuits.
If it's between Poles, Elliott, and Monty, yeah, I'm gonna go with Elliott Wolf.
And AA. Pulling up the rear.
Pause.
But back it up.
I don't know. I mean, I can make a case for different guys. I can make a case against different guys. I feel like I like the idea of Austin Fort. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of he's a dark horse a little bit, and I don't know if it's gonna come together, but I like the idea of that better. I think, or Morocco. I don't want Poles. I just something about him being in that one spot for such a long time.
So my thing about Ozenfort is 2014 to 2019, he was the director of college scouting for New England. Those drafts were pretty brutal. Maybe not brutal, but it left a lot to be desired.
They're always drafting low, and how much Bill. And so, yeah, I mean, you know what? He didn't distinguish himself in those years. I think that's a good point.
How many rings did they win in that stretch?
Oh God!
Yeah, but it wasn't because of their draft picks.
3. Well, I mean, some of the guys were contributors. I'm just saying that none of the drafts were huge slam dunk drafts. Holy shit!
But they also pick low every single year. Too.
But you're just talking about mid round, late round too. I mean, just saying. Offensive line draft picks left a lot to be desired in those years.
True.
I know.
That's legit.
I think Austin Fort or. I don't know, something about Wolf. I just can't really get behind. I think if I'm gonna have an issue,
he's got some Cleveland in him.
That's not a bad thing. The experience up and downs. Morocco has some Washington in him.
True.
Yeah. The failure's good. That's a good experience on a different organization.
You learn a lot. With a different vibe. You learn a lot. If you're the director of player personnel on a team that's killing it, how much are you really learning?
Well, and that's what I'm saying.
Ryan Pace is going to be awesome.
Poles being 36 years old, with no other view of any other NFL teams going to come to Chicago from Kansas City, he's going to be shocked.
It's essentially Ryan Pace.
Ryan Pace's next job, younger. He's going to be a fucking god.
Poles is only 36.
Or not.
Yeah.
Virginia,
but the Poles Pace thing, they stayed in the same organizations for 12 years apiece, 13 years apiece.
Virginia, if you're listening, I'd just like to remind you that this is radio theater and none of what we're saying is actually real. We're just talking about what would happen if they were to have or fire Ryan Pace. Of course, that would never happen. They would never fire Ryan Poles. Ryan Poles still works here, Virginia. See how easy that's going to be for them to just rattle that off? And she just won't even notice. It will be as a blip on the radar.
I don't care what their names are if they're the right guy for the job.
I just want to keep Virginia on an even keel. I don't want to Star
All right,
Lord.
so why don't we go to the head coaches?
Oh, good. Of the four.
We have to go up the 4.
I'm not going to the 4. I'm staying with McDaniels and Flores.
Oh my god.
Because Harbaugh, I think, is a real big reach at this
Yeah.
point.
I think McDaniels is a monster reach too. I don't think there's a guy that's going to be GM who just creases the fucking runway.
For some reason, the Raiders are the
McDaniels.
one they can just pick who they want. It seems like from
That's
reports.
the agents saying that.
Yeah, that's crazy talk.
That's the agents putting that out there because it just, for some reason people believe it. I don't know why. Maybe the Harbaugh shit. But the way it's been set up, like they just say that and everybody's like, yeah, that's true. And you're like, wait, why?
A lot of people brought up the argument that like that's a wild ass city to have young players in.
Absolutely. I don't want to fucking go coach
It's
Vegas.
not really worked out too well there.
No. I mean, honestly, it's worked out better than I thought it was going to be. And that's including a horrible accident. And like, I mean, Jesus.
Is it really more temptation though?
Yes.
I mean, we've seen incidences across the NFL for years and years. Yeah, Sin City, but I mean, Miami. Do you know how much fucking trouble you can get in Miami?
But the thing, yes, but the thing about
to wreck your Lamborghini.
Sam Hurd was slinging fucking kilos in Chicago, man. That shit happens everywhere.
Yeah,
I agree, but Vegas is different. There's like. Vegas is different. Like with all the shit that you see that they can get into trouble, there's a whole lower level of shit that they can get into real trouble with. Like, and that's true in a lot of big cities, but like Vegas, it's like accepted that people are living like up here and then also down here.
Vegas is the Twitter of real life. Like you go there just to
sounds terrible.
And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but you're there 24/7.
Yeah. Honestly, though, like all the fucking cool shit in Vegas happens like privately now. Like most of fucking Vegas, you go around, it's just fucking like fat people with strollers from the Midwest.
Like having a casino near me, when you walk in a casino, man, they do it right. You feel like you're a celebrity just walking up in the joint. Like
some of them, but a lot of them are just fucking, like trailer people, like fucking standing around trying to find a $5 table, like.
I've never been, so can't speak on that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you think it's gonna be all fucking money, baby, like this and that, and like you go there and it's like Disneyland, bro. Like it's like fat people with bad
somebody
shorts.
get me my parliaments.
Yeah, it's wild. Like
right, but
that's
the casinos themselves. There's a lot of nice shit there.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm just saying, you expect it to be full of pretty people. It ain't. Not full of pretty people.
Oh,
there's spots,
but
the pretty people are all on the payroll. Like they're not just hanging out. They're all fucking paid for, whether they're staff or for hire and different capacities. So.
Escorts.
So you picked McDaniels, right?
Jesus Christ. Or Flores.
McDaniels or Flores, I'd be happy with. I mean, Dan Quinn, sure, right? You're right. Like it's the names on the list are just like I don't know. What
list of finalists are very underwhelming.
That's all. Yeah.
Dan Quinn is my lowest one, man. I don't want fucking Dan
Whoa,
Quinn. I really don't.
That's your lowest one out of those 4 that they named?
Yeah. Wow. I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't want that. Feels like John Fox all over again.
Caldwell.
I could get behind Caldwell. He had some success in Detroit. But that is also with Stafford.
Honor for that.
And at least he's an offensive guy.
I don't buy into that narrative that you need an offensive guy anymore.
You guys would
your whole coaching staff gets poached. Did you see the rumor that Daboll's going to take Dorsey? Like
that's not happening.
What the fuck? How would that happen?
So Pittsburgh has had a top offense for how long with Big Ben?
Top. Their offense was top this year.
I'm saying in the history under Mike Tomlin, the Steelers have traditionally had a top 10 offense, correct?
It's a good offense.
Caldwell started with Peyton Manning.
Belichick and the Patriots. I think if you look around, there's a lot of examples of defensive coaches. McDermott hired Dabble. Look at that offense. Yeah. I mean, I think good coaches will be able to identify a good coaching staff. So yeah, it'd be nice.
Let's look at the 4 teams left in the league right now and talk about today's game. You got McVay, Shanahan, offensive coaches. Who do you have in the AFC?
Yeah,
Andy Reid and
offensive coaches, Zach Taylor.
All of them.
We ain't gonna talk about picking results, are we? Because I know y'all ain't ready for that.
Oh,
Jay,
I know.
you are on top with 55 points. You went 3-1 this week. And Biscuits, you are 30 points, and me and AA are tied
Yo,
for 25 points.
this is the fucking
Wow, I'm
this
second
is
still. Holy
this is
shit!
a good tidbit. We shouted out George, who's fucking the George 2. He's suspended right now because he went on an anti Aaron Rodgers rant. Respect. But he put this thing in the chat that I'm in, and it's a piece from an article, and it says, "You have to understand, I'm his father," Ron Wolf told the Sun Times on Wednesday. "But let me say one thing. He is his own man. I'm delighted he's going to get this opportunity. I know there are a lot of people in line to get it. Does he deserve the opportunity to interview? I certainly think so. He's paid his dues. It's interesting because he kind of grew up in that division. Elliott Wolf, 39, never worked for his father, so my bad. I'll fucking completely mischaracterize that, who retired in 2001. Elliott spent 13 years with the Packers personnel department. The last two as director of football operations in 16-17. Since losing out to Gutekunst, he was the Browns assistant GM under John Dorsey, a Ron Wolf protege, and has been with the Patriots the last two seasons. So I'm about to shut the fuck up, basically, about Elliott Wolf, based on what George just fucking put out there. I mean.
So you listen to George, you don't listen to us. Okay.
Yo, you didn't have anything good to say like that. That was an article. George didn't write that shit.
Oh, sorry.
See,
Let me pull an AP format article for you to get you to listen.
We just said
the Sun Times, motherfucker.
We just said similar shit. How long ago did I mention Elliott Wolf?
You ain't made no points like that. You didn't. I said that dumb shit about.
Hold on.
I said that dumb. I said that. Oh, hey, I said that dumb shit about him working for his dad, and none of you said no. That's not true.
I gave you a background on every GM candidate in the chat today.
You admitted today that you miss about 50% of what's in the thread. So busted, buddy.
But when I fucking just popped off, when I just popped off and said that he worked for his dad, nobody said no because y'all didn't know that shit. You didn't know he never worked for that.
What does that change?
You didn't know. That's a huge deal. I thought he came up as
he thought it was just nepotism. There's a little bit of it for sure.
So the fact that he wasn't trained by the Don, right, by the guy that's in the Hall of Fame is more of a positive thing now.
Yo, somebody dug up a 2014.
That's a good point.
Jesus
somebody
Christ.
dug up a 2014 tweet from DBB where he said,
"You didn't get trained by Ron Wolf." Well, I like him now.
The Bears had listened to him.
No, he goes, if Elliott Wolf was named Elliott McGee, nobody would even care who he was.
Oh.
And so it's like the DBB in 2014.
Here we are, back to that fuck.
Right. It's just interesting that somebody dug that up. It's like Trump. There's a tweet for everything.
Oh, you can go
that
back.
like fucking
God, if people went back on us.
Shit.
I thought you were talking about his tweet about Kyle Shanahan. He was like, "Oh, if the Bears had just listened to me, this is what I wrote back in what the fuck was it, 2016 or something."
Yeah.
Let's not all act like 90% of Bears Twitter shit on getting Stafford in LA.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
talking shit all year. Stafford going to Stafford.
So did you
you
pick a coach yet? AA?
Fuck no. Oh,
we don't need to know how you're getting there.
I really want. Honestly, I would like to see Daboll.
Yeah,
Daboll is probably my number one. And then I would probably go Flores, but I don't think that's realistic.
Yeah, but you want Flores number one. Stop it.
No,
I think
you don't want to set yourself up for failure.
No, because I don't know who he brings as a coordinator. I'm worried about his coordinator. He went through coordinators like tissues in Miami. You don't have a big Rolodex of people.
An Ozenfort Flores marriage might be very interesting.
Caldwell wanted to work with him the first time. Do you think Caldwell's healthy enough?
Well, that's the thing, and I mentioned that before. Does Caldwell go in as an OC/assistant head coach? He could do that with a number of guys. He
might like Flores. We don't know how that worked out. If it was legitimately a health issue and not wanting to work with.
Well, he says it was. You brought up that tidbit about him going vegan and losing like 32 pounds. Like he legitimately left for health concerns. I don't think there was a personality issue between Flores and him.
Hey, if that could work, I'm
That
down.
has not been reported. And believe me, if that was the case, because there's a whole contingent of people that want to trash Flores out there. There's a lot of Flores haters.
They,
for
they
whatever
went on a
reason.
smear campaign.
Right, it's fucking wild.
But having said that, if you get Caldwell, everybody's like for some reason was cool Caldwell this, Caldwell that. Caldwell's run offenses are shit.
I'm not a big fan of Caldwell.
I Caldwell's
Like,
old and
passing
and
game,
it's been too long.
sure, but he's always several times he was like bottom of the league in running.
Right.
He's been out of it. He's been out of it for too long. Like, I'm sorry, you just can't come back like after 4 years away. Like, I don't know that your mind can get back.
Somebody
up to
brought up
speed. Not
It's a
at that
valid
age.
concern. I
Dude,
agree.
check this out. It was Flores as head coach, Caldwell as OC, and Marvin Lewis as.
I knew that was
that.
that.
Oh my god, what? That's bizarre.
Talk about get the shovels out.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ, that's
You
so
think-
old.
you-
I'm just saying, like,
that's-
I don't think he can ramp it up again.
Dude, but what I'm saying, that's a lot of humble pie for two guys that have been head coaches for this
Yeah.
young, which
Mhm.
we've been sold as this hothead young that wants total control head coach.
Well, but if that's your option, that's your fucking option. So you know what?
oh,
Like,
they're not bad options, but
right. But I'm saying that might be your only option. Marvin Lewis is not coming back. He's not interested.
as a DC, hell, man, like I'd be fine with that.
I just don't see that. I mean, I don't think he's. I have nobody's even mentioned his name. I don't think he's interested in anything.
I don't know where it was on Twitter today, which
Right.
that means absolutely nothing.
Would you and could you coax Mike Zimmer to coach the defense?
No, I don't want him at all. Fuck that guy.
Look, One Eye Zimmer is a hell of a defensive guy.
I think if you were to get Flores in here, you don't have to worry so much. It's going to be more his stamp on it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
and
was
then
talking
fucking
about Mike Zimmer.
people were talking about if it's Eberflus and we change to 3-4.
4-3.
4-3.
4-3. Sorry, 4-3.
And does
Oh.
Lovey come back as DC?
Oh my
Eberflus,
god!
he's overlapped with Marinelli. He's rooted in the Tampa 2. Looks
Wow.
good.
You think Lovey's
I don't
willing
think
to?
they
I don't know.
bring Lovey
I don't
back.
think Lovey's willing.
I don't
to
think
do
Lovey
that.
can
I don't
ever
know
go
if he
back
would
in
either.
that building and not be the head coach. Like,
I don't know if he would either.
Like,
It's funny to think about, though.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
like, you haven't seen him do that yet. Have you seen Levy go back to being a coordinator at some point?
Yeah,
The Texans,
Yeah,
this
Houston
year.
this year.
Texans.
Oh, that's right. Well, I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah. Well, maybe. Maybe he
I don't
wants to
think
get
he
out
would
of
do
there.
that because of the shadow. He would
I do
cause
think it's a little
Eberflus.
bit different, though,
He's-
going to
and-
Houston and
also,
doing it
also
than doing it in
he's
Chicago.
very disruptive. Do you want to be the coach that
Mm,
hires
Lovey?
Levy?
Disruptive?
Because of the fan base, not him. The fan base would if the head coach starts clamoring, like
Oh,
starts
they're going to call for Lovey.
wavering,
Yeah.
like it's gonna be Lovey fever.
Yep.
Like it's gonna be
You
get
know,
this guy
some-
out of here, give Lovey the team. What the fuck? Never should have
Yep.
fired him. As a head coach, do you want to deal with that? There's so much history here.
That's a
Lovey,
good point.
Lovey wanted to deal with that, but he kept Ron Rivera here because he couldn't deal with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
one thing
saying,
about
I don't
Lovey. He
see
was
it.
scared to
That's
put
where it went
anybody on
wrong.
his staff that could possibly threaten his job.
Same
Fair.
thing with Nagy.
Fair point.
But that's so fucking short sighted because it's like if you win, that's not how that works at all. Like, you know, like it's just so short sighted to think that somehow, like the success would mean that he would have to leave. That's not how that works. The coordinator leaves.
Yeah, if that was the case, the Bills would be pushing McDermott to the side and
Right, and
elevating
say
that one.
Dable take over. That's not how
Yeah.
it works. That's so ridiculous. So
You want
backwards.
Dable. You want Dable.
Yeah, I do. I want Fat
Yeah.
Nagy.
You're okay with Fat-
I'm
you're
gonna look
okay
at
with
Fat.
Fat
I'm gonna
Nagy.
look at Fat Nagy like Tom Brady and look at Fat Nagy and be like, "You look like a snack."
It seems like you want Dable from a pure content standpoint, just so you can rip off some.
Yes,
Fat
I want the
Nagy
content to be Justin Fields killing it. Justin Fields becomes Josh Allen. That's the content I want to see. Yes.
No,
so yes,
so-
it is content driven.
That's where Dan Quinn may be able to get an OC in here.
Who is he
that
gonna get?
he-
Drunk ass Sarkeesian?
He got Shanahan last time.
Yeah.
That was fluky.
Okay.
First year.
Raheem Morris.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What has Raheem Morris won?
I believe he's playing this weekend, right?
Raheem Morris. I thought he was the.
No. No, isn't he the DC now?
of the
who?
Rams.
Yeah, right.
Oh, is he? Is
Yeah.
that what it is? That's
Yeah,
pretty
that-
cool.
He is.
That Rams
I
49ers.
mean, he should get head coaching interviews because he's held so many different positions.
On
Like,
both
you look
sides
at
of the
his
ball.
time- Yeah, you look at his time at the Falcons. That guy
Yeah,
literally
Raheem
coached.
is the
like,
DC there.
And he's been an OC, man. That's a guy. Why isn't he, like you said, he's done both.
yeah. Well, the Vikings interviewed him, and they might get a steal. To be honest, like if they hire him, I think they're going to get a steal. Like and that's the thing that I don't know that
Well,
Pony.
he had a short run in Denver, I believe.
Raheem Morris
I believe so.
as an interim head coach. I think he was an
head coach.
interim head coach for a minute because somebody got fired. No, in Atlanta. He was in Atlanta. He was the interim head coach in 2020 because Dan Quinn started 0-5.
Yeah, I'm looking this up.
They
That
fired-
season they went 1-2, and then they ripped off 6 wins, and then after the bye they lost they lost 6 in a row, and then after the bye they won 6 of their last 8 and missed the playoffs, and then the next season everybody was like they should fire Dan Quinn, but they didn't
Yeah.
because they finished on that hot streak.
It was Atlanta. Yep.
And then he came out and they went 0-5 and
Yep.
they lost a fucking terrible game against the Cowboys. Where they lost 40-39, and there was some questionable ass shit, stuff where it was clearly coaching issues. And they they fucking got rid of him. Raheem Morris took over, and that team went 4-12. So it ain't like Raheem Morris fucking righted the ship. But he has a lot of experience doing a lot of different jobs. I don't know this.
Doesn't make you good at him, but
but here's the other thing is that Raheem Morris with the Falcons never had that type of defensive personnel like he has in Los Angeles.
They were depleted in Atlanta.
sure.
The
on that
Falcons
side
never
of the ball.
had
Talent
great
makes
defense.
coaches look good, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Sure
they
does.
fucking when Matt Ryan was there, they didn't have a bunch of defensive talent. It was fucking
And that's why I lean
Vic Beasley
toward.
and shit underachieving.
That's why I lean towards.
I
the
messed
San
him up with
Francisco.
Vance Joseph for some reason.
Yeah.
So Josh in the chat makes a good point with who I was going to go with, which is Flores. He says, so you want Flores that has 3 seasons of 0 playoff appearances or wins. He also couldn't figure out the starting quarterback for most of last season, the flip-flop between Fitzpatrick and Tua. And the coordinator piece, yeah. 3 coordinators, I believe, there. I think they're all valid concerns.
Well, and Flores is a hard ass who is not, it's his way or the highway. It's his way or hit the bricks. Except for when you get up to the GM and the GM was like, no, you hit the bricks. Basically.
Oh, right.
And there was
Although
a discussion there
Joseph-
about he didn't want Tua either.
Vance
So-
Joseph's actually a name I'm
There's
surprised hasn't
been
been
mixed
brought up.
reviews on whether he wanted to or not, but there's a fucking guy that had basically been calling out Flores and saying that he was in direct contact trying to get Deshaun Watson. He came out today and basically backtracked the whole fucking thing and was like, new information has come to light that they were never in contact. And I'm just like, wait, did he get paid to say that? Because that's a little bit of a stain on Flores? Or is he really doing a full mea culpa on that and being like, I fucked up? That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
He came out and was like, I broke news. Flores and Deshaun, plotting to play together in Miami. And he's like, no, all that shit that I said, I was wrong. It wasn't true. I fucked up. Really?
He's like, oh, Flores doesn't even have his phone number.
Yeah. They don't even have each other's phone numbers. Right. Because that's the only way to get a hold of somebody. There's not 9 different ways to DM people.
You could go by email.
That was such a plant.
Really worked out for certain coaches.
that information. I'm sorry, but that information was so planted. He got paid to shame himself to try to do a little spin control on Flores' fucking bad reputation.
Possible.
What is that? Why do you have a submarine light in your background there?
That's the
Biscuits.
That's the Let's Go Bears light, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Correct. Good job, Pony.
You look like you're in a
I got one
submarine.
behind me.
So first I'm in a sports bar, then I'm in like, what did you say the last time?
Submarine.
A Subway or something the last time?
The
Yes,
Subway, yeah.
below House Hall.
Now it's got Subway lighting.
Saying shit. Yeah.
So who we picking for these
Bing
championship
bong.
games?
What?
Hey, yo!
Fuck your life.
So
Right.
my coach is
So-
for this. Just because, Dable's going to New York. Harbaugh's not leaving Michigan.
Hey yo.
In a perfect world, fuck, I'm with Diddy. I'm rolling with Elliott Wolf and McDaniels. But that McDaniels thing is so far fetched at this point. Bill Polian's got a hard-on grudge because of what he did in Indianapolis. So if I'm going far-fetched, McDaniels. If I'm going reality based on what's going to be left over, it's Flores.
What if they hire Wolf and then Wolf convinces McDaniels?
Then I'd be so stoked for that.
Diddy would have a Twitter boner like
For
the
real.
world's never seen.
I just
you-
moved
I
Diddy.
told you at the tailgate show. I'll get the audio. I'll pull the audio. I'll do the whole thing.
Yo, I've been saying that shit. Oh, I've been saying that shit for like 3 fucking months over here. Boy.
Roquan
that's-
can't play the middle linebacker either.
Oh.
hype video.
Brought you right back.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, I love it.
Ugh.
Holla at your boy.
I'll go full screen that night.
You think we'll get an announcement soon on the GM?
I don't know.
I fucking hope so.
We have
Twitter's ready to
That's what-
crumble.
Probably a
It's
couple
gonna.
more
It's
days.
got to be this week. Like I said, February 5th is Senior Bowl. Like the
Yeah.
shit needs to be.
You got to have
in line by
scouts
then.
there.
Oh shit, it's the 5th, not the 15th.
All the
The 5th.
scouting,
I
yeah,
thought it
but
was the
here's the
5th
thing
this
is
week.
that
No, I
all-
think you're right. I thought I heard you say 15th. It's the 5th.
currently all of the scouting and everybody's still at work. Champ Kelly's still at work. Mark Sadowski's still at work.
They're gonna
The
give
whole-
their notes. They're gonna leave
Huh?
their notes. They're gonna leave their notes for the.
They
new
have to
regime.
leave their notes. The notes are fucking are property of the Bears.
Oh, they're gonna make the worst notes ever. It'd be like fucking what's his name's drawings
No,
of training
because
camp.
No, because they're still working for their reputation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
they
also
have
not
to-
uncommon to keep that current scouting
Right.
staff in place.
and
it
they
takes
would
a
just
year of
assume keep their
transition.
fucking jobs. They don't want to get fired. You think they want to uproot their families and move just so they can have a new opportunity? They would rather stay. They'd rather be like fucking Ryan Poles. You know, like Elliott Wolf.
Gosh, this polls talk. All this polls talk.
Mm.
So what do we got this weekend, boys? We got Rams versus 49ers. Who you guys taking in that matchup?
Taking the Rams. I think the Rams are just playing really well on both sides of the ball right now. They're making clutch plays and they're fucking doing the shit.
All right,
They're doing it.
Rams.
I think they're going to the Super Bowl at home.
I'm taking the Rams. Biscuits.
Rams. Actually, you
Jared.
know what? Fuck it. I'm playing with house money. 49ers.
Whoa.
All right. And Jer.
Rams. Rams were
Tony, the biggest 49ers stumper all fucking night. And now you're not going to pick them. It's all right.
quarterbacks matter, dude.
I'll stay on this island.
In his defense, they remind him of the Bears. So
Just saying, like all of the Rams, everything the Rams have is working right now. Cup is killing it. Aaron Donald is killing it. Like
they
fucking
were dangerous at
OBJ.
the end of that game. The mistakes they were making in big
No,
moments.
agreed. That fumble was terrible.
You
I'm
did that
There's a lot-
against San Fran.
I'm
They
thinking
will
about that,
capitalize on it.
Yeah,
am
they made
thinking
it.
about
They
that.
made it interesting, and there was unforced errors. It wasn't like Brady all of a sudden came alive. But when they needed to, they dug down and they sacked him. They sacked fumble. I mean, that was insane when they sacked fumbled him and then they gave it right back. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding
Right.
me.
Cam Akers is a difference maker too for that offense.
Yeah, and he almost lost him the game
Yeah,
Yeah.
with that fumble.
2 fumbles.
Yo, for
We
real.
had
they
the one
4
down there in
fumbles.
the red zone, too.
Didn't they have 4 fumbles, or did the Bucks have 4 fumbles? They had like 4 fumbles. I think the Rams did. Like,
It was,
They've-
yeah. Cooper
yeah.
had one. Cup had
yeah,
one.
it was. They
Yeah.
they tried real hard to give it up, but they still
Well,
made the plays
what's
when
the
they had
season's-
to.
What was the season series? Was it split this year between them, the Rams
That's a
and
good
Niners?
question. I believe it was.
Was
No, I think no.
I believe
the
the
Rams
Niners
sweep
beat
it?
them. I know. I think the Niners.
I think the Niners swept them. I don't know if McVay's beaten the Niners.
That's really hard to beat a team 3 times in a year.
Yeah.
I don't know if McVay's ever beat the 49ers.
I just feel like the Rams are playing well enough to win the game. I don't trust
Probably
Garoppolo. As you get
I don't know,
further-
man.
They did beat the Rams both times this year.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
last year the Rams must have won one.
I don't
Yeah,
think
but-
so.
I'm just saying I don't trust Garoppolo. As we get further along, I trust Stafford more than Garoppolo. It just is what it is.
That's like choosing between diarrhea and more diarrhea.
I don't hate. Honestly, there's no like the.
You would
hatred for
love Stafford if he was in a Bears
The
uniform.
hatred for Stafford is
Oh,
nowhere
of
near Aaron
course.
Rodgers levels for me. Like Stafford was never really a huge
Nah,
threat.
I don't.
49ers beat them both times in 2020 as well.
I hate
Wow.
fucking. Josh says Rams versus Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
You said,
Philadelphia.
Trubisky, you never answered why you want Flores with all those negatives. So, I mean, I think it's just the candidate pool at this point.
And I don't
And
like how
what's-
the chat takes priority because we haven't even talked
My
about
bad.
the Chiefs game yet in here. But you're already
My bad.
given. No, it's not you. It's
Did we
the,
talk about the
moderator.
Chiefs game?
No,
Who's the moderator?
you are, I guess.
Oh, all right, cool.
Until next week.
So
Haterade.
Chiefs versus Bengals, boys.
Haterade.
Just who you got here?
Bengals, Joe Burr.
You're crazy, bro.
Joe Burr.
These are 20-pointers this week too.
You're crazy, bro. They're not beating the Chiefs. There ain't no way,
Oh,
dude.
why not?
He's
You think
going
Joe?
for
You
it.
think Smoking Joe is scared of Patrick Mahomes?
You think they're gonna play better than the Bills did?
Bro, he's
the-
our one chance for Jackson Mahomes to just never TikTok again.
Brittany Murphy and Jackson Mahomes definitely need to be launched into the sun.
Yo, whose girl is that? Is that Jackson's girl or Pat's girl? Which one is it?
I don't think Jackson has a girl.
I don't
that's
know.
bad.
I don't think there's anything wrong
Okay.
with that, but
Okay.
I don't think he has a girl. Number one,
The
and
one
that's
that
Pat
screams
Mahomes'
and
fiance.
Yeah, horse face.
Screaming banshee lunatic.
That's a
She's
baby
Spraying-
mama.
Spraying sticky champagne
God,
on
she's-
everybody.
Yo, like, that is so uncalled for, bro. It's COVID, you psychopath. Like, you fucking psychopath. Like, what are you doing? Spraying champagne on people you don't even know? Like, screaming at the top of your lungs? Oh my God, bro. Like, what kind of fucking, like, madness? Like, what kind of fucking crazy shit is she on?
So, hey, who do you have, Chiefs or Bengals?
Chiefs. I hate to say it, but that bitch is going to the Super Bowl.
I've got the Chiefs
Again.
also. Jared, who you got?
Chiefs.
Riding solo on both. Let's
Yeah,
go.
but it's a smart play because these are 20-pointers. So if you get them right, everybody else picked the same. You're going up 40 and you're going to take the lead.
Well done, stakes on me, boys.
Oh
We're
God! Can you
taking
imagine?
it
Whoa!
all.
Like you imagine he buys us steaks, but he forces us to have them well done. That's
Yeah.
pure biscuits, right there.
And just to announce, Tom Brady did not make the Super Bowl. So when I come to Myrtle Beach area biscuits, I'm going to eat a medium steak slowly in front
Whoa,
of you.
whoa,
I'm going to
whoa!
cut it
Hold
all
on.
up.
What was the bet? I thought it was if.
It was dinner.
But what
Brady
was
didn't
the
make the
actual
Super
bet?
Bowl.
I thought there was another
Brady-
caveat behind that, like Rodgers had to get there or some shit, right?
No. Why would I
No?
want? Why would I add that? To the bet?
We're
It's
gonna
just
need
Brady.
to roll back that audio. Also, did we ever agree to that?
Yeah, we did.
But you know what? I'm gonna buy you a
Yeah.
steak anyways, just because that's what kind of guy I am.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna be at, like, why he's gonna buy you a steak at Waffle House?
No, we're going
We're
boundaries.
getting a
We're going
Denny's
boundaries.
steak.
Chop steak, Waffle House,
We're
steak and
going
eggs at
boundaries.
Waffle House.
Boundary
Gotta
house,
go
bro.
Walmart steak, the high quality Walmart steak.
Grass fed.
Let me just sneak that one in.
But I'm gonna get it medium A and cut it all up so it's all exposed. And
Bleeding.
I'm gonna eat it slow.
Just bleeding.
I'm
It's
gonna be
nice knowing you guys. It's been a pleasure.
Yo, and then I'm gonna have like 3 chicks with ugly ass feet chilling with their feet up on the table, and I'm gonna be farting the whole time.
That's
Like-
literally like my 3 like worst nightmares all in a row.
I guess AA is coming to dinner too.
That's what. Yeah, motherfucker, I'm gonna be on the other side of the table eating a rare steak.
Ain't no mute tooting that.
Nope, I'm eating a rare steak. Like,
Yeah, you think the table's gonna wobble when I cut my steak? That shit's gonna wobble with the mute toot over there.
it's gonna, for real though. And then you're gonna be like Dave Chappelle, fucking turn over the whine and
I'll
run.
I'll just have Jer bring one of those those TV trays he has.
That's right.
Hey, that was ingenuity. What would you have done if you didn't have two? Like,
That's
if you just had
redneck
one
engineering,
stand?
bro. That's such
Yes, sir.
redneck engineering.
I didn't
No,
even
if-
notice it at first until you called it out.
Jer
I
bought a
was about to say,
fly-ass
Jer,
TV.
I was about to say, Jer, where'd you get that TV stand? IKEA? Oh no, he had it too.
No, it's I can't believe you did that with all your fucking furniture.
Right.
Like
A slight
Jer bought,
miscalculation.
Jer bought a 65-inch TV and he had like a stand for like a 50-inch.
I thought it would work, but the legs are so far out of
So
it.
he's like, look at the new TV. He says it's a picture of the chat. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Are those the TV trays on the side of the thing?
Which lets
Like-
you know that's an old school TV because the new ones have the bases in the center more. Like
Right.
you can overshoot.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No,
dude.
most TVs have the two legs on each
Not
side.
out that far.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. No, most TVs, that's
No,
the way.
not my Sony Bravia, bro. They're little legs, but they
Listen, you
fit.
guys don't know Best Buy products, okay? Let's just be real.
Yeah. Sony, bro.
That's all right. I've got a center mount coming.
I see them both ways. I do see a lot in the center too. To Diddy's point,
That's the way my
So they fit
old
like
ass
fans.
Vizio is.
yeah, I've seen them a couple different ways.
Anyway, the point is that
Yeah.
Jared employed some serious redneck engineering and put two TV trays on either side of the TV stand and had that bitch standing up on those things.
Nice braced it in the center.
Classic. So
And that's
classic.
the articles we need, Jer. Jer
Yeah.
Ingenuity, Pony Ingenuity.
Yes.
Post a picture of that.
Exactly. We need more day to day. You gotta put your recipes in there.
Legit.
I want your pregame tailgate ritual. I want to
Think about
know.
it. You go to
You
Yeah,
know,
the
Walmart. You
listeners
got
can
TV.
download the pizza casserole recipe. Sorry,
Yes.
Check it out though. You go to Walmart and you see a TV you want, and you don't got a stand big enough for it. Just use your TV trays.
Hey, when was the last
Good
time
work.
you really used them TV trays? It was probably a good idea to buy them. I mean, they're sitting there. You never know when you might just have one. But when's the last time you ever used those things? Just think about it.
shot or no shot, you both have TV trays as well, though.
Shot.
No way.
What? Bro, I got
have
like
no TV
5 of
trays.
them motherfuckers in my house, all randomly spread out in random closets.
Oh, you
No
probably
TV
you guys
trays.
probably eat at the table, right?
TV trays and children do not
Or the
mix.
center island, Jer.
But you guys eat together as a family, right?
You guys don't have kids. TV trays and children do not mix.
God bless them.
No doubt. If I'd had kids, I'd have been really fucked.
TV trays and kids is like a fucking disaster waiting to happen. Like, let's put all this stuff
Oh,
up on a TV tray.
it's pasta night.
Dude, for kids'
Li-
standpoint,
living
yeah,
room
that'd be a
kill.
disaster.
Yeah, disaster, bro. Like,
I can see that.
you cannot. TV trays and
Josh
kids.
said he had that
no,
problem
sir.
too.
Right.
Hey, man.
Like, if they don't spill, they're getting hurt.
Yeah,
Like,
but
after
Jer-
dinner, they're running around and the shit gets knocked over and
Jer's
somebody's
got his
screaming.
koozie. He's got his koozie and his TV
Uh-huh,
tray.
You know that's fucking right.
That's right.
You know that's fucking.
Fucking A right, goddamn it.
Goddamn
Fucking
right.
You
Fucking
fucking
A.
A right.
Beer fridge.
Fucking A
Suck
right.
it.
Fucking
Hey,
A
hey,
right.
where's A? The table? He seems like a couch guy with like beans next to him. Like
Motherfucker, I mean, the
It's like-
can of beans on the couch?
no,
The
with
fuck?
beans with your
Oh,
dog.
a
dog.
Beans.
Oh, you're outing his
You
dog.
own a dog named
I
Beans.
do own a dog named Beans. You're right. I thought because you said eating, so you
with
say
beans.
Okay.
What are you doing to
No,
this
you know
dog?
what I fucking do? The fucking dog is so annoying. Like he's a puppy still. It's like 9 months old, so he's just like doesn't want. It's like if you put him behind the gate in the other room in the playroom, he's just fucking barks. It's like, why am I not in the kitchen with everybody? And then you let him in the kitchen with everybody. He's fucking bugging the kids. He's under the table. He's fucking, he's like biting your feet and shit, like trying to get your attention to give him food. Like it's puppy shit. It's crazy. But we eat at the damn table.
So the
Good for
trading,
you guys.
training's not working.
No, training is good when you have treats. Like, it's great when you have treats. Like, he does all the shit, sit down, stand, stay, fucking on, off, all that shit. But when you don't have treats, he's like, motherfucker, I'm not listening to you.
Why no should work.
You have to train
No means
them.
yes, Brian. Don't you understand that?
Train them. Here we go. Jer for GM, AA for coach,
This is
and
the
Diddy
thing.
for Fat Cutler.
So this is the thing though. With a dog, you got to be the alpha. You need to be Brian Flores up in that house,
True.
man.
That is true.
I am the fucking I was throwing his ass down big time today. He's coming at me. I'm like, boom! I fucking hold him down.
And
Let me know his
Josh should
boss.
be Josh. AA should definitely be the special teams coach because he has a obsession with kickers. Can we talk about that poll real quick?
Well, we talked about Ryan Poles all night. What a transition!
So
Now
what
we're
are
going to talk
what are
about
me and
another
Biscuits?
poll.
Owner, and accountant.
Traveling
What
secretary.
the fuck is
Assistant
that?
to the traveling secretary.
You know what? I'll just team chef. I got this.
Yeah, cooking
to
up
go.
wheat brownies.
Yeah,
Kind of
you
wheat
can be
brownies.
the pastry chef.
Yeah.
Biscuits will be analytics, and I'll be.
Don't eat the donuts.
Scout, I get it.
That's actually
Stats
smart.
and gravy.
Way to go. That's actually smart. That's why Diddy gets paid the big bucks here.
I thought you were the quarterback. Did he?
Not anymore.
Oh. Thought you was the fucking QB.
No,
QB
QB, you
Bizzle.
called me. I'd have to start my own podcast, piss everybody off, and alienate all Bears fans. Yeah, that,
That was good.
smart play, Jay.
That
I
was
actually
good.
listened to the first couple episodes.
Yeah, good shit. Now it's like,
Yeah, I know.
oh yeah, let me cancel that meat subscription.
So,
Yeah.
overtime rules. I'm curious to know what you all think.
Okay,
Gentlemen,
Okay,
I put it
hey.
to you.
And yeah, listen, Zetterman, you fuck. Like, so this is, and let me tell you that before I put that out there to you, I had thought about it for maybe a total of 10 minutes.
You thought about it, though.
Yeah, like I really was like, I think I heard about a kickoff or a shootout at some point. But here's my idea: 15 full minutes. If at the end of 15 minutes there it is a tie, it's 15 minutes, regular rules, no sudden death aspect to it, no matching, anything. Regular rules, 15 minutes. If at the end of 15 minutes there is still a tie, you go to a field goal kicker shootout with the full special teams involved. They start at the 20-yard line, and they have to match each other field goals. Now, the other team can try to block it, and they can even use starters if they want and come up with fucking crazy ways to block kicks. So there'd be some fucking creative-ass ways to block kicks, right? Then, so they both do 20 yards. They make it. They both make it. Then they move back to 30. Make it. Then they move back to 40. Make it. Then they move back to 50. And then eventually you have a winner.
So the poll
Not
just
the worst
ended, by
idea.
the way.
Huh?
The poll just ended.
And it's
Final-
like dead heat.
51% say it's dumb as hell. 49% say they'd like to see it.
That's a victory. I will take
shocked.
that.
I agree with you. It is a victory for you.
For a fucking idea that was pulled out of my hairy ass.
I
that
thought
is
it was going to be 95-5. Yeah, I give it to
No,
you.
because it's compelling. There's a compelling aspect to it that even you can't deny. Even when I was displaying it, you're sitting there like, that might not be bad. Like, that's kind of cool, actually. Fucking Augusta silence for real.
It's hokey, but
That kicker's
Whatever.
so stupid.
Huh?
The whole idea of the kicker's some dumbass shit.
Yeah, you're right. But
does
win.
overtime need to change? That's the bigger question.
No.
Play
You
out
know
the
what? You
time.
don't.
Set it for 6 to 10 minutes and play out the time.
I think it's rare when I think it's rare when you have that instance where it just ends like that. So I don't know if you need it. Like if you got to complain about overtime, like stop
I
them
want
with
these
13
guys
seconds.
as sponsors. Trader Joe's dark chocolate covered almonds.
Everything that comes in those boxes from Trader Joe's is fire. Like no matter what, if it comes in that little box like that shape, fire.
I miss not having Trader Joe's down here.
Like every single thing above the frozen shit, you're just like, oh yeah, except for like the fruit jams. Fuck those things.
Well, the thing is,
But, like-
dark chocolate's good for you, and so are almonds.
Fucking, it's basically a salad.
Mm-hmm.
Like it, meaning it's healthy. You're still like, we don't know if you like dessert,
Oh, yeah, I like dessert. I'm very simple when it comes to dessert, though.
like vanilla ice cream.
Creme brulee.
Yeah,
No, man.
Biscuits. Do you like almonds?
Yeah, I like almonds.
Do you
Fried
like
ice cream. He's gonna do that
I'm not
fried ice
huge-
cream.
All
I'm not
fair
huge.
foods.
Dude, fried ice cream is like, I don't know if I've ever been more disappointed in my life.
It's
It's
really
just the
stupid.
bowl is fried. The fucking ice cream itsel's not even fried.
It's not
Fried
burn
ice
enough for
That's,
him.
that's false marketing. The fuck
How do
is
you
that?
think you? But you can't.
Oh, don't call it fried ice cream. Be like, oh, it's ice cream in a fried fucking tortilla bowl.
I just
Very cool.
plant the seed and let it grow.
But you understand that when they fry things, they just
Hey.
batter them and fry
Look,
the thing.
I literally thought that ice cream was gonna come out like coated in like fried chicken.
Yeah, he wants fried milk.
It's terrible. Such a letdown.
You thought it was gonna be like fish and chips, but ice cream.
Yes, exactly. Like the look on my face when
That
I
would
brought
be
it out, I'm like,
wild.
what the fuck is this? It's just like
Like,
a
How
fried
do you
bowl?
accomplish
That's
that
not
scientific feat,
possible.
bro?
Then
Yeah.
don't call it fried ice cream. That's
But
false
it is. They
marketing.
literally took the ice cream and put it in the fryer. Like it's
No.
so it's the definition is that they took the ice cream and they fried it the same way that they batter anything and fry it.
I don't think the
Twinkies,
ice cream
Snickers.
did go in the fryer though. My ice cream was just exposed ice cream sitting in a fried bowl.
Well, then you got cheated
Maybe I did get cheated.
because it's supposed to be a hard fried ball of ice cream that is
I
battered.
have never had
You
that.
know you have
yet.
to go biscuits. Remember that Mexican joint I told you?
Well, then
I
you got
recommended for
cheated.
you.
Oh yeah, up there in Little River.
So have a fried ice cream at a Mexican joint. They kill it.
Yeah,
Mm. I'll
it's like
put it on
it's
the
like they
list.
take an ice cream treat and they fucking super freeze it hard, like in like a negative temperature freezer, so it's like fucking hard frozen, and then they batter it and fry it so it holds the ice
Doesn't melt
cream.
instantly.
Doesn't melt
Yeah,
instantly,
yeah.
but the outside is a little melty, and then the ice cream is the inside still fucking ice cream. It's fire. You got gypped.
Well,
bro. I don't
someone
know what
fucking
the fuck they
conned me.
made you.
It
I don't
was
know what
just,
the fuck they
it
made
was
you.
literally ice cream, vanilla ice cream scooped into a fried fucking.
You got like a
exposed bowl.
waffle cone, and they fucking
Pretty
told you
much.
it was fried ice cream. Like,
Speaking of
get the
ice
fuck
cream,
out of here. What a
You
chip.
never been to Calabash Creamery?
No.
Oh man.
Nah, I'm like a Dairy Queen, like
ever
mixed
fucking-
tone guy.
You ever fucking have fresh churros and dip that shit in ice cream?
Yo,
Oh my
Costco
God.
churros are
Oh my
legit.
god. You fucking dip
Yeah.
you dip fucking churros in the soft serve from Cosco.
Yeah.
All right,
Boom.
stoners, let's wrap this up.
All right,
Babylon
we gotta wrap it
7.
up. Thanks for being in the chat, y'all.
Yeah, South Elgin, Josh, BK, appreciate you.
BK coming through. BK like a champ.
Yo, he was slinging some heat
BK.
too.
That's all right.
BK like that.
You can come
But-
back.
Big
I
time.
mean, they're almost
Big
taking
time.
over for Yakub. He used to be in the chat like
I
that.
know. What up
Well,
with
Josh,
Yaku?
Josh is consistent, man. Josh is here with us every
Yeah.
week, and I
Where
appreciate
fucking- where
Josh.
kind of Yaku
I didn't
back?
even wear my bubbled up color like my fat color jacket for him.
Was that Josh who called you back?
Yes, that's why I said he's like Diddy looks like fat guy.
Oh, that's right. That's what you. That's who you blocked last week. Accidentally.
By accident, because I was trying
Yeah.
to block the Russians.
It's all good. I mean,
No
I
Russians
started, you got me to start working out, Josh. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
He's like fat cousin.
Appreciate
I'll show
y'all.
him. Dun, 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 dun.
For the record, he's
All
not
right.
fat. AA's not
I-
fat.
Dude,
I'm fat.
I got a dad body. I'm good.
Yeah. I'm
I
fat.
look like I
It's all
ate a
good.
dad body.
Pause.
You probably have. Who the hell knows?
Hey, who knows, man?
Oh,
That's
bro, I
who
gotta-
once owned those TV trays holding up your TV.
That's right.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. I got to call 911 real quick. What's 911 in Indiana?
It's
You just go out.
there's a
your porch-
9
You
in
go on
it.
your porch.
You
and
go on your
yell.
porch and start a hooting and a
Yeah,
hollering.
it's just like Jared's house and then like 175 acres of land.
You go out there
Two
and
shot-
just start
two
shooting
shots.
in the air.
You
Two
fire a
shots in the
shotgun up
air.
in the air.
One shot, you're okay. 2 shots, there's a problem.
Look at if shit really goes down, you just shoot the propane tank and
The
run.
old saying, first shot's a warning shot, second shot's in your ass.
Wasn't that Amazon truck like a bandit in like some cornfield in Indiana?
Yeah,
It was.
like the fucking Raising Arizona music starts playing. Yeah,
I like your TV trays. It's gonna be a bad night for you.
Yeah, somebody come in, boom, 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 boom. Who the fuck is that? Hey, this here's Cletus. I need my TV trays back. Oh fuck! They're holding up my fucking TV, Cletus.
Till
I can't give
tomorrow.
it to you right now. I don't fucking
Till
care.
tomorrow.
I'm having a dinner party. Having a dinner party. I got an elk. I fucking killed an elk. We're gonna eat that shit on the fucking. We're gonna watch some fucking football. We're gonna eat that elk. I'm having a fucking dinner party. You give me them fucking TV trays, Jer.
Is that how it went down, Jer?
Someone.
No.
Okay. And this
Fired.
This has been another episode of
Tailgate Show.
The Bears.
Duh, GM search. Hire someone, fucking please.
Give me my fucking TV trays, chair.
You ain't getting them TV trays. Them TV trays on my TV.
Hey, motherfucker.
My goddamn TV.
Hey, motherfucker, I'll smash that TV with a fucking bat.
No, you will not.
I
You
will,
will not.
Motherfucker.
I will shoot you.
Motherfucker.
I will shoot one in the air, and the next one's in your hair.
Oh, shit. Motherfucker.